on the road. I'm wagging off school and I'm off to the city, watching telly all night and I'm not looking pretty. See, I got this job downtown, selling knocked off ladies' watches for £1. For a really dodgy man that I met in a dodgy cafe. You know, he said to me, the girl who sold these yesterday wasn't selling very carefully. Police came along and took her and all my watches away. So if you see some coppers, you grab my stuff and leg it, boy, right away. I'll be in the cafe. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. So it's been a few hours and I haven't sold enough for my bus fare home. Street selling pretty tough, so I turn on the charm for the lunchtime rush. With a smile and a wiggle on my schoolboy touch. So the charm is working in the underground. There's a crowd of men and women gather round. And the watches they are going, the money is a-flowing. Think I'll touch a little extra, stick it in my pocket, spend you later. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I haven't sold a watch for an hour and I'm dying for a slash. I've had enough of this, so I'm off for a piss. Then a quick walk back round to the cafe. Sitting at his table, drinking tea. Looks at me suspiciously. Then with a glance at the watch, he says, how did you do? He paid me a couple of quid. Then he said, would you like to come and work another day? I said I'd come back down on Friday. And to that he said, okay. So with £2 in my pocket and another 5 in my shoe, I nipped down to Castle Market where a man who looks like Leo Sayer is selling pots with cockles and prawns. You make me feel like dancing. Then off back to dinner on the Wiggers and then home. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way.
I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. Good evening, welcome to Raconteurs News on this Tuesday. Can you hear me all right? If you can hear me all right, tap once for no and twice for no. I don't know, anyway. But anyway, welcome back. Welcome. I said welcome back. Someone's just put, Spanish Chicken just put BRB, which is be right back, in his thing. And I said, welcome back, but not welcome back. Welcome to Raconteurs News. It's Tuesday. We had a week off last week, bit lurgy-ish. My missus had a bad cough. I've had a bad cough. You've seen it in the last couple of weeks. You've seen me coughing and stuff. So that's why I was off last week. I just didn't feel very well. And I never made it to... I never made it to the steam rally as well in Sheffield, partly because weather weren't too smart and I didn't feel too marvellous, like, you know. So, but mostly because it was fucking £8 to get in, £8 to a steam rally where everything's old. But anyway, I didn't go. But sorry to everyone who, sorry to anybody that, I know there were a couple of people that went, but didn't know, but I never said anything. I never said that I was definitely going to be there. So, but Trisha Morticia particularly, sorry that I didn't get down and meet you down there. I hope you're okay. I hope you had a great weekend. And it was a bit bit close to where I grew up. And there were some people I didn't really want to bump into, like wankers. Most of the people you grew up with wankers, aren't they? Or are wankers now. I don't know. You might have got there. There's plenty of steamers in the Glasgow area, lol. Good. Jeremy Vine caught it from Jace as non-violent extremist. Good evening to you, Tony. He was talking. They were talking toast on Cookie's show last night. I wasn't having a listening background. I was just having a quick listen. I wanted to comment, but I didn't comment because I just didn't. Cookie's not very happy with me anyway because I made a little bit of stuff. But anyway, they were talking about toast. In fact, they played Toast by Paul Young was doing it, weren't he? Paul Young. So who was they fucking what were they called? Can't remember Paul Young's band, but it was Paul Young singing Toast, and Tony brought up sauce because that's better. And I was going to put in the chat room that my favourite sauce was Ray. Okay, so anyway, there you go. So I do listen, Tony, and people sometimes. Thanks, Miss Blue Sky. I am feeling a lot better today. Thank you very much. And good evening to you, Tony. Yeah, I didn't realise it. Well, I did. I knew it because my mum and dad. I was a Paul Young fan when I was a kid. My mum and dad used to take piss out of me because of the toast thing, and that was before when I were a fan of his. In fact, I became a fan of his because there were a lass in maths that I was sat next to, and she'd had the album for Christmas, so I got it so that we'd have something to talk about. And it didn't get me anywhere, but I always liked Paul Young, so. There you go, Toast. I can't remember what that band were called that you were in. Fucking hell, somebody remember me, please. Remember it for me, please. The one that I were in. Not Wankers, Wayne King. Okay. Paul, yeah. Yeah, so I was watching that last night. And how have you been, everybody? Oh, let me just... There you go. The Q-tips, that's it. Thank you very much, Stephen Owens. Thank you. Good evening to you as well. Evening to Mia Media Mogul. Let me say hello to people that are in the chat room. Non-violent extremist JJ. Blimey, you're doing a show. Listen, I'm sorry. It's just been fucking... Exactly. Just like Paul Young to get his whole... I was at school, so I weren't trying to get me all. I didn't fucking know what it was for until I was fucking about 18. But but yeah, it's essentially that sort of thing. I did try to do that. Sorry, JJ. Yeah, look, it's just been a bit crackers. It's been a bit crackers around here. Oh, and I've got to tell you, I'm not doing Friday. I'm going away Thursday, so I'm not going to be here Friday. But if I'm going to take some stuff with me, and maybe I might do some directly from there. But I doubt it, and because I'd have to sort it all out, and I'm going to. But if you're in Inglemells or anything over the weekend, I'm going on Thursday. We're going on Thursday. So if you're there over the weekend and you want to send me an email and hook up for a beer or something like that and just say hello and stuff. We're going to be stopping in Inglemells and doing some stuff while we're out there. So doing some stuff, not related stuff stuff. So yeah, we're there this weekend. So if anybody's about, send me an email, drop me an email. It's raconteursnews@outlook.com. Or you can find the Telegram. It's t.me/raconteursnews. You can just get in touch and organise it. Tell me where you're going to be, and we'll pop up. We'll have a couple of small light ales or a thing, another thing, a different thing. A coffee, that would be good, yeah, a coffee. No, we're not having a fucking coffee, are we? I hate coffee. I love it in the morning, but it's like, if I have too much, it makes me, I can't go to sleep. Evening to Denny as well. Evening, mate, how are you? I've seen him back. He came on last week. It's fucking crazy. I've not been in touch with any fucker. I've not been in touch with anybody, so I need Dinny. If you're hanging about the end, we'll have a chat. I'll put the thing up. Anybody who wants to come in afterwards and have a chat, I'm hoping that I've not been in touch with anybody, so I'm hoping that Jimmy might come on in second hour. There's a couple of things I've got written down that I wanted to talk about that I don't know how we've not fucking talked about this. I don't know how we've not talked about it. It's probably because I've been in fucking I were in hospital when it happened, but this is the most fucking amazing thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. Has that Jean's place in Inglemells that was constantly shutting down actually shut down now? I don't know. I haven't been for a couple of years. I haven't been for a few years because, I've been ill and that. So I've not been to Inglemells for a few years, but I'll be certainly having a look. We'll be stopping there over the weekend. We're going Thursday. So I bought a mocktail that tasted like coffee. Oh, Tom's Urban Explorer. Good one. Nice one. A mocktail. I see that's another thing as well. A mocktail, it's pretending to drink, innit? I don't want to do that. I don't want to pretend to drink. I don't want to look like I'm drinking for other people. If I'm going to have a drink, I'm going to have a drink. Okay, and not. I don't mean like I'm going to have a big drink. I'm just going to say, if I want a fucking pint, I'll have a pint. If I don't, I won't. But fucking mocktails and all that shit where it looks like you're fucking drinking, but you're not really. Oh, everybody thinks, oh, look at him. Why come he's not fucking hammered out of his brain? Well, that's because it's a fucking mocktail. It's a load of bollocks. Fucking unit. You know I don't work for NASA. I've got a NASA hat on. It was bought for me by Super Leeds the last time I saw him, which I haven't heard from him since, which is fucking worrying. But yeah. If you're listening, Leeds, just at least fucking one ring me and let me know you're all right and that, because we do get a bit worried over here. And I were planning on hoping that we were gonna go and get a couple of days out and stuff like that in your nice Porsche, but Jace, will you be making time to visit Spanish City over in Maybo? I don't know what Spanish City is over in Maybo, but I can go over to Maybo. I can go over there. Yeah, no problem at all. Oh, just a minute. There's just give me a second. There's just a couple of people. I just need to kick some fucking people out. Right. I just need to kick them out of this place before I do me send a mischief, shall we say? Yeah, one or two. There you go. That's I've told him now. Fuck off, you lot. Fucking acting goat in this fucking spaceship. It's mine, not yours. Yeah. So there you go. Off you fucking twats. Fucking with your strings and that. Fucking giving us a bad name, all those here at NASA on this space station. Yeah, I should airlock them, should I? And fucking send them out so that their eyes pop out of their head and like on what's it called? Fucking Total Recall, where their eyes come out. Space the gits. Space them. Yeah. Yeah. So that's it, really. Take care. I'll see you again. No, I've got some stuff right. I've got some stuff written down that I actually didn't do. I've got some stuff written down that I didn't say or do. Nobody's died in Death Sweep yet, by the way. Nobody has won the Death Sweep. The T-shirt is still here. It is here. In fact, I might wear it this weekend just so that it's a worn T-shirt by me, so that when you win it, it's worn, so you'll never wash it out, because it just like has my BO on it and that. Look, I know this is internet and there's some fucking weird shit going on out here, so I know what your fuckers are like. But yeah, so nobody died apart from Larry Grayson, who died over, I think it was Friday, which was a shame because he's a bit of a local legend, old Larry. Here he is. There you go. If just in case you don't know him, that's the guy there on the one on the left. That's Larry Grayson. He died over the weekend. He was a bit of a local legend around here. We were on Look North. Admittedly, that's a BBC man, but you can't fucking. When he joined BBC, they were still fucking chucking coal in back of it. So. Yeah, Larry Grayson. That's what I said. Harry Grayson. So there he is. Anyway, he farted. 71 years old he was, and he just became a father when he was 69, which is a shame. But I mean, that's what happens, isn't it? Who have I got on the list? Oh, fucking hell, Dinny. You're supposed to make a note of what you had. Can't you remember who we had on the list? I've got it here. Don't worry, I've got plenty of stuff to talk about. There's a couple of things I want to talk about here that I haven't talked about before, and I don't know how we've not talked about this. I think it's because it happened just after I had my leg off, so we're probably in a fucking not in a very good way. Right, here we go on the death sweep. As you can see, it's there. It's got the there it is. It's fucking wrong. I can never get used to this. Can you see that there? It's even got its own bit of no. That's it, Dan. That's it. It's even got its own little thing there. Look. So, Jace Roe versus Wade got overturned. Yes, I'm going to be that. That was an image of Harry Grayson. Yeah, Harry Grayson, Larry Grayson, Larry Grayson, Harry Grayson. Harry Grayson is yeah. Good. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, well, we're from Yorkshire. Rob says, hello, Raconteurs News and Jason's missus and all you lovely raccoonies. Sorry, I was finishing my dinner or tea, depending on where you come from. Well, it's we're a bit like that up here, see. It's tea time, isn't it? Have you seen how fucking neat my writing is? Look at my writing on that. I have done some fucking neat writing there. That's neat writing, that bastard, for me. Look at that. Look. So there you can see I've got everybody in there. And you lot don't know who mine is. Do you? Well, I shall reveal. No, it weren't, because you were too old anyway. My oh fuck. Oh, my thing's come out now, look, on my thing. Mine is who I'm having. Oh God, look at that. This is what happened when you turn fucking light off, you turn it back on, and then all your fucking green screen goes funny. Evening, chaps. Any chance you could talk about you've never talked about and can't believe you've never talked about it before? Yeah, I'm for it. Yeah, that's good ideas. Good ideas. Give me some idea what you want me to talk about. But I could talk about these other things. Right. What were we on about? We're on about Larry Grayson. Were I on about him? Were I? But anyway, that were Larry Grayson. He's used to be on Look North, and he's died apparently. And he only had a kid fucking 2 years ago. 71 he was. So he would have been out of the range of the... Oh, that's why we're doing now. We're telling Dinny who we'd got. See, my thing might have come out, my little string, but because I've got my little post-it thing stuck on it, I know where it is. Oh. Dinny. Oh, you didn't have anybody, Dinny? You've not got anybody. You didn't nominate anybody. Huh? And it's closed now. The entrance is closed. Well, that's a shitter, isn't it? Never mind, Dins. There you go. You're not on the list, Jason. No, you're not. Fucking hell, that's terrible. But, it's ended now. I said June 9th, didn't I? So that's it. It's done. But yeah, you'll have to get it next time. But there's a Raconteurs News T-shirt that's up for grabs. I'll probably wear it in Skeggy. I might wear it in Skeggy. But and then you send it before it, and anyone whoever wins it can ask whether you can tell me whether you want it washed or not. There you go. Good evening to Health Freedom UK. Dins picked himself for the Deadpool. Did you have Everard, Jace? Everard Davey, are you talking? Everard? No, oh, that's all right. I'll tell you what I've got Chris Barry, the Mr. Britas actor. You know him who played Mr. Britas, Chris Barry. You know him. He used to be like dog shit. Red Dwarf, that sort of shit. So that's who I've got. The hologram in. I just saw him. I was thinking about who I should have, and he came on telly, and I thought, right, I've not seen him on fucking telly for yonkers. So, that's obviously a sign telling me. So, Chris Barry, I've got, and now I've told you a lot. So that's Chris Barry. Lister. No, he weren't Lister. What were he on? Were he Lister? That were fucking. That were that Scouse, weren't it? Craig, whatever. Craig David. Everard, yeah, Everard was Larry Grayson's pal. Is he dead? He must be dead now. He used to be on Radio Sheffield. Everard Davey, weren't he, or something daft like that? Rimmer, he were called. Yeah, thank you, JJ. He will be a hologram. Yes, he will be a hologram. That's what's going to happen. But anyway, that's who I've picked. So that's Chris Barry is my pick, and it was simply because I saw he was here, and then boom. But like this weird thing's been happening to me. I went swimming last week with Adi. Before our fuck off. Who the fuck are you talking about, Jason? Chris Barry, you don't know him, do you? You're American. Fuck me, Jesus Christ. Of course, Uni's not going to know him. Yeah, Rimmer, he were called. So I went swimming last week with Adi just before I got I realised that I weren't fucking able to, do it. And there was this guy. We went into a sauna afterwards, and there's this guy two guys started talking to us and talking about stuff that we talk about, and started talking about fucking, it were weird. It was almost as if they knew who we were, and they brought up the exact right thing. Anyway, it was fucking weird. This week, we've been today, right? And this is what happened. We had a swim, and then we went into sauna, and we went in sauna and steam room, and we went into sauna, and there's one of the guys in there, and we started talking. He started talking to us again, and he started talking to us about cash and how cash is king. That's what he kept saying. You've got to keep your cash, and I use cash. All this sort of shit. So I went, oh, fine, yeah. We're talking. We did, usual sort of small talk that when you're on a, if you're on a fucking, if you're just talking to somebody who you don't really know. But you were talking about all right subjects. Anyway, today when we got into the dressing room area afterwards, all the lockers, they now have this little. You buy a little combination lock thing. It's only 3 numbers combination lock. You put it on your locker, you put your stuff in, right? So I goes up to mine. I'm in wheelchair because there's a wheelchair. Obviously, I get pushed and then I get my leg out and I get my stuff out. And then I go into nearest cubicle and I dry myself off and I get dressed. Anyway, so I get to this fucking first one. I get to my locker, and my glasses, I always put my reading glasses on the top of the locker because otherwise I can't read my fucking numbers on my lock. So I got my glasses, and then I sat down and I'm looking, and then there's this next to it, there's next locker, and I mean immediately next to it. And there's plenty of fucking spare lockers, but immediately next to it, there's this locker with the door open. And the door's open on this locker, and it's an empty locker. It's not got a lock on it or all. It's doors open, and inside it, there's a fucking, like a hoodie type thing, like a black hoodie type thing. And at the front, there was, I'd probably say it were in loose, but they were a big bunch of cash. A big fucking pile of cash. I mean, a big pile of cash. It must have been sort of like that thick, and it were 10s and 20s. It weren't stuck together. It was, it weren't in a thing, but it were cash. It were there. And so I'm fucking looking around. There's nobody at all around. And I'm looking around and I'm thinking, well, fucking hell, there's this fucking money in here. Someone's going to have that fucker. And so I waited, and then this woman this woman came walking right corner. I said, "Excuse me." I said, "This is not yours. You don't know whose this is, do you?" I said, "Look, there's a fucking ton of cash in here. I don't want someone to lose this." Anyway, she said, "No, no, no." She says, I'll go and tell a member of staff." So she goes off to find a member of staff. And before she comes back, this guy that's been talking to us, he comes right up, and it's him. Right? He comes up and he opens his thing, and I says, "Is that yours?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "You're gonna fucking leave?" I said, "You can't be leaving fucking money like that unattended." I said, "Anybody could fucking have it, and you know they will. Imagine if somebody who's desperate, or somebody, they're going to have it, aren't they? It's going to be so tempting anyway. There's going to be a lot of people tempted." I said, "You can't fucking leave it like that." And he just kept going, "Cash is king, cash is king." That's what he kept doing. And like, it was weird. It's just this weird situation that seems to have arisen, and this bloke has like latched himself onto me. And there were two of them initially, but this week there were only one. Yeah. Oh, cheers, Jimmy. I hope you're going to be coming on in a bit, mate. I hope you're going to be coming on in second hour. Jim, I'll send you a thing by. I'll send you a link when we're done, when we're up. Fucking hell. When I've done this. But yeah, it didn't skank that. After that, people came and said, "Well," and I said, "Look, the guys took it. They knew him. They knew his name. They knew his name. They kept calling him Dan. It was Dan's money. It was Dan's money." And I'm thinking, what the fucking hell? Yeah, think twice, Jason, when there's a glitch in the matrix. I listen, I agree with that. I don't know what it were. I don't know whether it was just a fucking coincidence, but if it's a fucking weird coincidence that this guy's talking to us about cash, and then there's a great big fucking massive pile right in front, I mean, right next to my locker. So it's as if they've picked my locker and gone next to it, because there's tons of lockers around and none of them have got out in. It was just right bang next to it. It was just fucking weird. Weird. Anyway, I told AD afterwards. I mean, it's a fucking no-brainer, isn't it? You don't fucking, it's not your, he says to me, he says, "Well, you should have had it. You should have had it." And I says, "Well," I said, "if it had been from a fucking a tech company, I probably would. Sorry, tech company. If it had been from government money, I probably would. But, you know, I'm not going to fucking take someone's shit." But anyway, really, really fucking weird. Really weird. Yeah, but yeah, I wanted to talk about this. Not Larry Grayson. Let me see what I did. Put something else on here, didn't I? That's it. So I wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to. It's something that's. It's something that I've come across recently, and I didn't. I've never come across it before, and I've just seen it, and I thought, wow, this is absolutely fucking amazing. I don't know how nobody's done anything with this, but there's so many questions about it. And it's this, I don't know if you remember, but in 2018, a guy called, fucking got it written down here. Fuck me, fucking sideways. I can't keep a fucking pad, right, me. Can't even keep a pad. Anyway, so it's this guy, and his name's Richard, fucking hell, Richard Russell. Have you heard of him? He was called Richard Russell, and he nicked a fucking plane back in 2018. He was DB Cooper, Jace. Yeah, they probably were. But he nicked a plane. He's called Richard Russell. He was called Richard Russell. He's dead now. And he nicked a plane, and it's the most bizarre thing. It's the most bizarre thing that I've ever seen in my life. So this guy works at an airport. He does baggage handling, and he's not long since, a couple of years ago, but he's been he's been trained, and he now pushes the fucking planes out. Right, so he can push the planes out. That's one of his jobs. So what he does is he goes to work one day, he works a full shift, and then when he gets to end of shift, he just decides he's going to fucking nick a plane, and he nicks a plane. One of these, and I'm not talking like a fucking single engine Cessna. I'm talking about there we go. One of these. One of these. So there you go. That is a de Havilland fucking. I had it written down, but I've fucking shut my pad up now. De Havilland fucking. No, it's an aeroplane, yeah, but it's a Q, somewhere or other. Here we go. Yeah, Dasher. It's a dash, isn't it? It's a de Havilland Dash, Canada Dash 8. It's a Dash 8, and it was the 400 series. So that's 68 to 90 seats. Okay, so it's 68 to 90 seats. So we're talking about a fucking turbo twin prop fucking aeroplane. So he's nicked it. He's fucking nicked it from and not like from. He's not nicked it from Leeds Bradford Airport. He's nicked it with. He's nicked it with fucking. With, fucking Seattle, somewhere in Seattle. Do you did he jump out with the money? Now, if you remember DB Cooper is the guy that that was the name he was given. I don't think it were his real name, but DB Cooper were a guy who boarded an airliner, hijacked it, got them to land it, and then got them to put $250,000 on board in used notes, and then jumped out of fucking back. Jumped out of bank. Now nobody ever found it. It was never found. Nobody ever. It was. Some people claim they found some money and stuff like that, and they don't know what happened to him. But it's DB Cooper. It's a absolutely fucking brilliant legend. And this guy, I mean, we know who this guy is. Xbox hero, lol. Yeah, playing too much GTA. It was a fucking. If you listen, I've got that. I'm sure I've got it on here somewhere. Some of the ATC, the air traffic control stuff, and all he's saying is, "I want to go and see Olympics." So he gets in his plane, and so let's do this. I've seen the CCTV of him allegedly stealing the plane. Okay, now getting into it, pushing it back. I know you're in the Seattle area. Yeah, I know. I think you'll know about this unit. In fact, I might get you on in second hour just to get a perspective on this. But yeah, so he's in. He says, "I want to go and see Olympics," which is a mountain range in Washington, up there. And he wants to go and see Olympics, so he goes and flies over Olympics. Then he asks, because obviously they put him onto a different frequency. And they're just talking to him because they've had to close the airport, the airspace, everything's had to be closed down. This is in Seattle. This is August 2018. I had my leg amputated in July 2018, which is probably why I missed this. But yeah, what he did is he gets onto the runway, and they're trying to ask him, who are you? You know, what are you doing? Can you give me your call sign? What have you? And he just ignores them and just flies off. In fact, he's rolling at the same time as another plane, but that plane pulls out of the roll because he says, "Who's this guy on my left? He's fucking rolling. He's going. He's down off. He's away down runway." And he fucking goes off and he flies it. He flies this fucking plane around, and he says, "I just want to fly it about." They ask him what he's doing. He comes on eventually. And the weird thing about it is he's just talking normally. He says, well, they said, "We need you to turn around and try to make a landing." He said, "Well, no, I wasn't planning on landing it. I've got these. I wanted to come out and try a few maneuvers." That's what he says. This is a fucking amazing. Going like, "Just want to try a few maneuvers," and then he does a fucking barrel roll. Now, if you know anything about aviation at all, you know how difficult it is to do a fucking barrel roll, right? Particularly in a plane that's not a particularly powerful plane. It's a turboprop plane. It's powerful enough, but to do that, he was asking other pilots how much altitude he needed. What do I need? 5,000 feet to do this barrel roll, and then he fucking just does this barrel roll, and like you can see the video of him. In fact, I'll see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find his barrel roll. There you go. Sky Kill barrel roll video. There. Let's see how that is. So this guy's he does a barrel roll. So he does a barrel roll, and he's only like 100 feet. Hang on, he's only like 100 feet off the He's only like 100 feet off the fucking water when he's done. And then he says afterwards, I didn't think I was going to fucking do that. So, I don't know what to do there. I didn't think that were going to work. So, Uni says he was flying near his house. But, it's just some of the fucking weirdest stuff ever. Here we go. Let me do this. And some of the videos I've seen haven't got that many fucking views as well, which I would have thought we're gonna do. There's a couple of them. There was one called Heck Philly that I watched. It's about 30 minutes, about half an hour. AD said he saw one about 40 minutes because I told him about it. Let me see if I can share it. I'll share it, and then we'll just watch this fucking. This is a guy who's allegedly got zero fucking. Got zero flying time. There we go. Can you see that? There we go. So here we go. This is a guy. I don't know if there's any sound with this, whether there's any ATC, so I'll just be quiet.
Do a barrel roll, and if that goes good, that's go nose down and call it a night. Hey, 6 by land successfully. Last will give you a job assignment. I can see what you need a job doing anything if you can pull this off. Yeah, right. Don't look down, just keep your head or you'll finish.
There he goes.
Just flying the plane around. You seem comfortable with that?
Oh, hell yeah, it's a blast, man. I played video games before, so
It's a blast. I've played video games before. And there's a few fighter jets that were following him about. Obviously, they didn't shoot him down. He did crash. He did eventually crash. He crashed because that's where he were going to do anyway. And there he is. He's flying his fucking plane about now. There you go. That's him barrel rolling. A tribute to Richard Russell, Jet Odyssey, it's called. I mean, this guy didn't sound too worried that he'd be that close to water, did he? He didn't. He did say... Hang on. Fucking this. There we go. Oh, sorry. Let me try this one. This one's a bit fucking... This one's a bit brighter. Let's just see what this one looks like. That one. That's it. I've just have a listen to him. I'm going to do a barrel roll. This is what he says. I'm going to do a barrel roll. Just watch this guy.
I think I'm going to try to do a barrel roll. I think I'm going to try to do a barrel roll.
Look how close he gets to water as well. Look at that. Fucking hell.
I think they would give you a job of doing anything if you could pull this off. Just a broken guy. Got a few screws loose. I guess. Never really knew it until now. Nah, I don't want to hurt no one. I got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them.
All right, Rich, this is Captain Bill. Congratulations, you did that. Now let's try to land that airplane safely and not hurt anybody on the ground. Let's think about this. I got another pilot coming up, Pilot Joel, here in a minute or two, I hope. and we'll be able to give you some advice on what to do next.
Think I'm gonna try to do a barrel roll. Oh hell yeah, it's a blast, man. I played video games before, so I know what I'm doing a little bit.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing a little bit. Yeah, I know what I'm doing a little bit. He's played some fucking video games. This is fucking this. I don't know. I just can't get this. I just cannot get it. I can't get what it's about. I cannot get what I just don't. I can't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. It's just so fucking weird. And the guy, I've got to look into this guy. This guy were happily married. He got 2 kids. He travelled around the world. That's all he did. He liked travelling and stuff like that. And he just a normal fucking bloke. He did die. Yeah, he died. He crashed. He said that he didn't want to hurt anybody. He said he didn't want to hurt anybody, and he didn't. He crashed onto an uninhabited island. Right in the middle of fuck all, sure, in the middle of water and all that sort of thing. So he didn't hurt anybody. He was done with life. Yeah, exactly. Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's a lot of this stuff. It's a fucking just an absolutely incredible story. And when you look into it, there's a couple of videos. If you look for Sky King on YouTube and look at a couple of those in there. Reinforces the 9/11 story of pilots flying with little or no experience. I mean, doing a barrel roll, you're right there as well. That he's doing a barrel roll like that. It's something that nobody would do, would they? A pilot wouldn't do that. Not in one of them. Not in a fucking a twin turboprop fucking de Havilland. You're not going to do a barrel roll, but that guy fucking does it and he pulls it off. That is a way to go, and he didn't hurt anybody else, right? So at the end of the day, he's older person. It's 2018. This August, 2018. He was 27, I think he was 27 years old, something along that lines. But he was he didn't want to hurt anybody, and he didn't. So there's all the only people that lose out is the airline. It were an Alaskan Airlines one as well. So I think it's a $25-30 million plane. That'll have been insured. It's it's pieces of fucking shit. It don't make a blind bit of difference. But the pocket of the owner of the plane. Well, they're insured though, aren't they? Everyone's got insurance, so it's the insurance company. We've got a victimless crime here, and it's what a fucking way to go. I'd rather go behind a bar and roll out the barrel. Lol. It's a close mate of ours got killed in that plane that crashed into the French Alps. Never forget it. It could have been remote controlled and bullshit. This is what I'm saying. This is what I am trying to say, is that if you look at it and then you try to work out what is going on, I mean, this guy, and also, if you know anything about aviation, look, I know a bit about aviation. I don't know very much about aviation, but I don't know, but I know a little bit about aviation, and I do know how difficult it is for one of them planes. By the way, this usually has 2 pilots. Okay, so it's usually got a pilot, a captain, and a co-pilot. So to be able to do it all upon himself, he was saying, he's saying all the way through, sort of like, oh, I'm a bit, concerned about how quickly fuel's going down, and I didn't realize it'd go that long, it'd go down that quickly, and all that sort of stuff. And it is really, really fishy, Bandit Buster. You are right on the button, and this is what has drawn me to it, because it is so fucking fishy. This guy, the Seattle have now released the CCTV of the guy going to work and all the stuff that they normally do. When they're going into work and they've got to go through security and all that, because they work in an airport and they're working airside and all that. So there's all security that they've got to go through, and it shows you all that and all the stuff. And he does his that's the thing, is he does a full day's graft, and then he fucking decides he's going to nick this plane. He's probably had a row with their lass on fucking having a text or by text or something. Well, probably. They probably took it. They probably took that fucking. I wonder if they took aeroplane out of his fucking. Jason, oh, listen to this. You're not doing anything to ingratiate yourself into this. I didn't care when you mentioned it. When I found it for myself, I cared. Jesus Christ, is there, isn't it? You said I didn't care. I didn't. I didn't. And now I do. Now I know about it. And well, I don't really care. I just find it interesting. Find it really, really interesting. And something that we should be fucking looking. Why not do it? Why not do a para jump too? Uni wants some love and attention. He does, doesn't he? He's there. It just an absolutely fucking great. Go and have a look at some. There's one or two of them there. There's one or two of them that are the people have done documentaries, but there's not anything. It's you get the. It's really interesting. So go and have a look at it. It is absolutely fucking brilliant. I'm thinking about looking into it and trying to put something together if I can be arsed. But that's the main thing with me is if I can be arsed. And when I'm feeling off, I tend to fucking go. But like I say, just absolutely fucking brilliant. I was talking to AD about it earlier on. Because I told AD last time we went swimming and I asked him whether he'd watched it and he said, fucking yeah, I watched it. He said it was fucking, it's fucking amazing. And I just didn't, we've been in this world, but there's so much going on at the moment. You see, and that would have, years and years ago, that would have been probably been there. We'd have all been going, oh, right, well, where's this? And this guy's got links to this guy. It's, for me, I don't know whether the guy was there or not. All I know is this story is fucking amazing story. I don't know anything about the guy apart from a little bit of his background, and he just seems like a normal dude. He used to go traveling. There were pictures of him in different places around the world who were interested. It weren't like he were withdrawn or all his friends said, it was just he was a guy who were funny. We talked to him and we did all this. It was just a normal bloke, a decent normal bloke, and then he goes and does something like this. So it's what made him do that, innit? That's where we want to be looking. But obviously, we're never going to find out. But it is really, really interesting to look into and to look at. Sounds like a pasty to me, says Spanish Chicken. I agree with you. A fucking pasty. It's uni, lol. Uni. It'll be uni, ain't it? It'll be uni that's... he'll have done it. He'll have set him off. Listen, it sounds like a pasty to me and all. Did it actually happen? It could be a video of a plane with audio dubbed over it. I don't know. You see, I don't know. I really don't know. But this... according to the mainstream media, yes, this happened. He might have had a terminal illness. Never thought of that. Thank you, Black Dahlia. That well thought. I didn't think of that, but he could have. Stan Boardman will tell you how to start the fucker. Uni wanks too much, according to Dinny. Oh, Dinny. The man who fucking likes to talk about. He likes to talk about people's big, fat, juicy, delicious cocks. And if you're wondering what I'm going to do this because this is like Mark Devlin does this. If you're wondering what my T-shirt is today, it is. No, I showed it him. It weren't a pause. I showed him the pause. My wife, I'm telling you, she's just pulling me down all the time. I just get fucking heckled from behind me. You see, the thing, people might say, oh, the thing is about YouTube is it's all right because you don't get fucking heckled. I fucking do. I get heckled from behind me and I'm in space. Can't get away. Oh, here he goes. There we go. Yeah, so that's my t-shirt for today. Oh, fuck off. That's my t-shirt for today. You bought it me, didn't you? Yeah, there you go.
Battlestar Galactica.
Bears do not.
There you go. That's Battlestar Galactica. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. That's what I've got on today. Hologram like 9/11 says Mia Media Mogul. Yeah, it could very well be Mia. A hologram like 9/11. Again, I don't know, but I just thought it would great. Health Freedom UK says if I had a pub, I would call it the Cock and Pussy, and aim that at Dinny for some reason. Who knows? Dinny, why are you monitoring you and his masturbation schedule? That's a tad suspect. Dinny is suspect, man. I mean, for fuck's sake, have you seen who he hangs about with? He hangs about with fucking Larry Grayson. No, I didn't really. He hangs about with me, and he hangs about with this old fucking boot. There you go. He's fucking married to her. And he hangs back with me here. And this one is where he's got a cock on. Oh, not that one. He's got a cock behind him. There you go. See? There's Dinny. So that's what Dinny looks like. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Someone mentioned earlier on, Ghislaine Maxwell, 60, is sentenced to 20 years in a low-security club fed. 20 years. Is that all she's got? Has she, I don't suppose she spilt beans yet, has she? Well, not to us anyway. Someone asked me where the king's head was. I said between the queen's legs. Okay. That's, you can't talk about a queen like that. And she's not only a hologram, but she has also got what's the other thing? Not only a hologram, but what? She don't know. See, thinks she knows everything. It's Android. Dear me. Yeah. Evening to Paula. Good evening, dear Paula. I hope you're okay. And having some fun down there, so south as well. Paula only eats either Dudneys. I don't know what that is. Taylor, you could be right. There, he does know too much about you. He does know a bit too much about him, doesn't he? Shapeshifter. Yes, she's a lizard. She's a fucking lizard. Lizard queen. No, oh dear me. You might have noticed, but when I was doing that, I've got YouTube fucking premium now, so I don't have adverts on it. I just thought, fuck it, I can't stand adverts. I watch quite a lot of YouTube, and I can't stand adverts, so I've just had I'll see how it goes, but I've had the free trial of YouTube Premium, so I've got no adverts, and hopefully they might then as well think, oh, well, we'll not fucking ban him because he's a subscriber or whatever. I doubt that has any fucking relevance whatsoever. When she died, Paula says when she dies, hope they make a Betty on the rope beats a Pope. Betty on a rope. Yeah, she's been dead for ages, hasn't she? The Queen is so old, her pussy is haunted. Thank you very much for that. Fucking Uni, fuck that premium shit. Just use Brave J. Look, I'm using it on my TV, on my smart TV. Right? That's it. Ad blocker is cheaper. I understand that. Yes, I agree with that. Look, I'm just trying this out. Right? That new Paddington Bear video, fucking hell, those were not the hands of a 96-year-old. I've not seen that. She were apparently on a fucking horse last week. Yeah, she's. But I'm 43 and I can't fucking get on and off. So. There you go. The only time she's going to be on a horse is when it's being pulled in a fucking carriage that's all fucking gold and that. Shapeshifter. I'm just sorry, I was just going back through the thing. Brave is slow, Uni, like you, lol. It is a bit slow, isn't it? Did Charlie not just €1 million in Aldi bag? No, I don't get that, didn't he? Oi, Savaloy. I wanted to talk about Roe versus Wade. I wanted to talk about it. I feel that people are getting far too caught up in it. Everybody's got, and I'll tell you how I see it. I'll tell you how I see it. It's fuck all to do with me. It's none of my business. I can have an opinion on it, obviously. I do. I'm not going to share that opinion because it's my opinion and it's none of my business. Whether women and abortions and women and abortion, that's none of my business, right? As far as I'm concerned, I haven't got a view on it because it doesn't affect me. Okay. Now, if my daughter got pregnant and was considering an abortion, again, I'd have my views on it. But at the end of the day, what she does is her choice. And so it doesn't matter. I keep my opinions to myself in that regard. That's what I do. I keep them to myself. But everybody's got this. The problem you've got is you've got people on one side who have got an argument, and you've got people on another side that have got an argument. Now, the problem is this. The people on the side of, let's say, pro-choice, we'll call them pro-life and we'll call them pro-choice, right? If up until Roe versus Wade was overturned, the people who were pro-choice had the upper hand because most states, I don't know what the exact figures are, but it was legal in most states, I understand. And now this has meant that individual states can make their own arrangements for the legalities of abortion, and that has obviously happened in certain states. An abortion or termination or a murder, what's the difference? You can look at it like that, mate. There is, Stephen. I'm not arguing against anybody. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get people to understand that the people who were pro-life, now they used to have that. Let's just say it's a relay race. They had the baton. The people who were pro-life. Now Roe versus Wade has been overturned. The pro-choice people had the baton. The pro-life people have now got the baton because they can now say, their voices can be heard, and there's people screaming and fucking shouting that it's Now, it's a really difficult situation because somebody can get pregnant in a variety of ways. A woman can get pregnant. Fucking woman, shall we say.
I got it by a wank.
Yeah, my missus got it where a wank once. That's her story, and she's fucking sticking to it. Look, we should be pro-life. See, that is the problem, right? We should be pro-life. Yes, you're right. We should be. But there are... Fucking Una again. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to say that there's two sides to this story. The problem is that each side doesn't want this little bit here. You know, so if you take the centerpiece, you've got the center bit that there. That's the issue, right? That's the issue. This side is pro-life and this side is pro-choice, right? The people on this side that are pro-life, they don't want any abortion at all or any procedures or anything. They think it's God's will and it's God's way and it's this and whatever, it's morally wrong to do this, right? That's what people want. Right and wrongs, I'm not saying anything about the right and wrong. I'm saying that's what they want, right? On the other side, you've got the pro-life people. Pro-choice people, sorry. And pro-choice... you've got a pro-choice one. I mean, again, if you're moderate, there is some ground that you can compromise between. But this is the problem: is these people aren't moderate. It's always going to be the pro-choice people then want the people to have the choice to say, actually, a baby can be terminated up till a month after it's born. that's the problem. Is you've got these extremes, and these extremes are the ones that are being are being fucking legs shut. I mean, Uni, Jesus Christ. A baby doesn't get to argue, please don't kill me, but a baby couldn't argue, please don't kill. Look, I'm not telling you. I'm not saying which side I'm on this. All I'm saying is that it's just. It's because it's so extreme on each side, you're never going to get anywhere. Still people getting pregnant. There's still people going to want to have an abortion. So you get people that want it so that it's any reason you can just have an abortion. Let's just say you can have an abortion. That's what pro-choice people want. If you decide that it's not conducive with your lifestyle, you can have an abortion. That's wrong as far as I'm concerned anyway. I think that's wrong, okay? I think that there's consequences to people's actions and everything. But I also know that there are situations where people get pregnant from something that is no fault of their own. So telling them to shut the legs, Uni, isn't going to fucking cut it, is it? Because you can't tell somebody who's getting raped to shut the fucking legs, can you? This is what I'm trying to say. All you're doing is you're making really simple fucking solutions to a very complicated issue. A very, very complicated issue that is very emotive. The only thing I hate about this is the fucking government get involved, and that's the problem. There has to be some sort of medium in between. Whereas if there are certain set of circumstances, right? If you're pro-life, there you've got to concede that there are certain circumstances where the termination is required. Whereas if the mother of the child is in danger, or the child is developing, again, that's another argument. If it's not developing correctly or anything like that, again, that's another argument. But these are situations where people. That's true. You're right there, Tony. That is true. Most abortions are not due to rape, though, Jace. Most terminations are after consensual sex. And I'd agree with that as well. So, but I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about it all being one side or the other. I'm talking about somewhere being in the middle, so that there are certain circumstances where this medical procedure can be performed, right? But it has to be under those certain circumstances. Whereas if you don't want it at all, then you're condemning somebody to have a child that they don't want, a child that maybe might kill them, a child that has not been planned, a child that will forever be a reminder of a traumatic incident that has happened to that individual, that woman. So, because obviously only women can fucking can have children. And I saw a very, very incisive tweet a quote on Twitter, whereas it said, "We've got this instance now, where you see the people were the same people that are saying, like Trudeau, Justin Trudeau. You saw what he said. Women should have the choice. It's their body. It's their choice. Right? But he weren't saying that about vaccines. He was saying it about fucking abortion. See what I mean? This is how hypocritical it is. And everyone gets caught up in it. And then you're caught up in it. And they're fucking sat there thinking, well, we'll have our fucking abortions whenever we want, or do anything, whatever we fucking want. They don't give a fuck. They're watching you fucking rip each other to shreds. The first person a woman has intercourse with leads an imprint which can affect future pregnancies. Blew my mind hearing that, says Sean Hamer. I agree with it. Look, it's a fucking absolute... well, I'll get you on in a minute, Jimmy, and you can tell us about that. that not many have a clue about the actual meaning. I don't really know. All I know is that certain states were then able to make abortion illegal from that point, instantaneously. That's all I know from that. They could make it illegal. Whatever the ruling is, the end product is certain states, well, all states, but certain states did immediately make abortion illegal. Okay, which is not. Look, I'll put my fucking. I'm anti-abortion as well, right? I'll put it there. I'm anti-abortion, but I'm not to the point where when someone's been fucking raped and they need to have they want to have a termination. I don't. As long as it's at the earliest point, the earliest stage. So, like we're talking after not long after the rape itself, so that things then yes, that's fine. That's fine. That's what I believe anyway. I don't believe in abortion. I think it's barbaric, but it doesn't matter what I think. 'Cause they're my personal thoughts. I'm not going to impose them on anybody. I'm not going to say that anybody else has got to think the same way as me. I'm not going to do that because we're grown ups, aren't we? We can talk about things. We can discuss things without having to get into a row about it. That's what we've got to do. It's the religious argument. It is a religious argument. A lot of people do bring religion into it. Religion gets involved in everything. So, Margaret Sanger has killed tens of millions of children. She pioneered Planned Parenthood as a form of ethnic cleansing. That's the cow that promoted abortion only of a certain ethnic persuasion. Yeah, it were black kids, weren't it? Margaret Sanger, yeah. The Southern Poverty Law, fuck knows. But yeah, look, this is what I'm saying: there are people that want to go the old fucking way. So when they've got abortion, right? Abortion is legal. They had that right now. Abortion is still legal. Let's just say that. It's just like Jimmy's just said. It's not a constitutional issue. It's not a federal issue anymore. It's all in local government. So local states make their own fucking choice. That's the thing. It's not like made it illegal or done anything like that. But that's opened the doors for people to be able to do that. Now, what's opened the doors for people to be able to do that is the people that are so that want the abortion laws to be so lax that you can, up until the time of birth, a child can be terminated. That's the reason why you get the pushback. You get what you want, right? You get abortions legal. You get what you want, right? So anybody who wants to have an abortion can have an abortion, and then you go and try and push it even further, so that it's 30 weeks or 28 weeks or whatever it was. I don't know. They want to get it more and more, and then it's the woman's choice. It's the woman's choice. But I saw an interesting quote on Twitter, and somebody had put something about this has all come about for women when we're talking about we're talking about what we need to do with women's bodies in a time where the definition of a woman has almost become hate speech. You can't say define what a woman is. If you've got nobody do that, it'd be hate speech. You can't do that. What's a woman? Is Leah Thomas a woman? That swimming thing? Not swimming anymore. Not for women's anyway. The baby is not their body. But look, these are all arguments that people use. But I'm anti-abortion. I'm not going to sit here and tell everybody that they shouldn't have an abortion just because I'm anti it, right? There's loads of different circumstances. If it came into my life, I'd be anti it. I wouldn't put pressure on anybody, but I would be anti the abortion itself, whether it was my wife or my daughter or anything like that. So I know, I do understand, but I'm trying to look at it from both sides. Nobody's going to get anywhere by just having their own side, and that's enough. That's it. That's everything. That's all they need to know. So all they need to know is their own side. And it's not going to work like that. No way. Anyway. Sorry, Dana, no choice to force the mother to abort. Yeah, see, there you go. No abortion. It's an issue that people are rightly really passionate about. It's emotive because it involves children, and they're, well, emotive. People will say far more about the children than they'll actually fucking do. They'll tell you the children are great, and then they'll tell them, shut the fuck up, you little cunt, go to bed. That sort of thing. Because everyone's all sanctimonious when it comes to the kids, and you try to tell them that you know that you know your kid, it's yeah. Honestly, I don't see a point to talking about subjects like this when we don't have the power to affect a decision anyway. It's just a stress causer. Mate, I'm doing a show. I'm supposed to talk about stuff. I can't just sit here and not fucking just smile at you and go, oh, everybody had a good time. Oh, yeah, I had a good time as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was watching television last night, made my nipples horny. Were Bill and Ben happy to be flower pot men? They might as well be. Good evening, Kendo. How you doing, mate? Yeah, in that case, we won't be talking about anything. You're right. We've got no power to affect anything. The only power we've got is using this and talking about things. And the way that we don't get stressed about it is just by talking about it. You just seem to get stressed, Unit. You are the most stressed out fucking... what is it? What should we call him? You're the most stressed out, Uni. He is a grumpy goose. A gloomy goose. Literally the gloomiest goose I've ever seen. Gloomy goose. Yeah, gloomy goose. Right, I'm going to send link to a couple of people. I'm going to get link out. I'm going to ask Jimmy to come on, and anybody who wants to come on in second hour. I've gone over an hour, so it's an hour and 12 minutes. So we're doing all right. There are thousands of childless couples who would love any baby. No need to murder it for. I know, Mahatma. It breaks your heart. I mean, this sort of thing, it does break your heart that it does happen. But we're never going to get a solution by screaming at each other. And everybody should want a solution, because screaming at each other, like Uni says, it's just going to stress you out. This is our soapbox to air our views and opinions. The more who listen, the more effect we can have. Yeah, I agree with you, but I don't want too many people to listen. This is a place for people that need it. It's not for a place for people to just come along. By the way, oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know if I just picked a fucking bad one or a wrong one or what. I tried to listen to that sheep farm over day. I listened to that sheep farm over there. I don't know if I picked a bad one. It was fucking terrible, and I won't be listening again. It was terrible. I don't know what you're seeing it. I don't know. I really don't know. It was like watching that Steel Was. Remember them? Fucking 97.1. You're listening to the radio. That sort of thing. Anyway, not my type of thing. I did tell my missus I was going to get you all done for that. If Uni's mum and dad didn't flob a dob, he wouldn't be here, lol. Uni is a flower pot boy. He is a flower pot boy. He looks like a flower pot boy. A big fucking flower pot, though, wasn't it? Principium 236, what's your opinion, Jace? Do people have a soul that survives death? Absolutely, I know it for a fact. I've been sat talking to dead relatives of mine, dead people that I know. I've sat talking to at least two people for... a long time, a long fucking, but not for a long time though. They used to come to me when I was just before I were ill, but I've not had anything not happened to me for a long time. So obviously I'm all right now. But when I was really ill, that's when it were. It was, in fact, the last time was January 2018. and they were warning me about stuff. And I mentioned it. In fact, it's on. If you look back at January 2018, you'll probably hear where I talk about it. Where my auntie. Oh, by the way, I've just found my mum just gave me a fucking picture of me and her. I want to show you this. This is fucking. This is. I can't fucking think what I've done with it though. Fuck. I've got it somewhere. I know I have. Because it was just on here. Anyway, I've got a picture of me. My auntie. She died in 2000, but she were a few years older than me, but only a few years older than me. She were my auntie. She was only about 5 or 6 years older than me, I think. Well, she will have been, yeah, about 4 years older than me, I think. But she was my auntie. Jace, what do you think about people dying get lighter as their soul leaves their body? I've no idea. I ain't got, I've not seen that. But I know that you've got a soul because I know you have, because I've still got a fucking leg here. I've still got the leg. The soul bit of my leg is still here. I can still feel it. It's still there. It might not be there, but it's there. So, and fuck Jesus. I'm not fucking embracing Jesus. Webby fucking went all fucking religious. I don't mind religion. Believe me, I don't. Absolutely great. But I'm not getting stuck with one story. What if all others are fucking... One of them's got to be fucking wrong, hasn't it? I think... I'm not organised religion. I mean, I don't want to end up like Webby, fucking stood outside fucking soldiers' funerals shouting, "You fucking fags!" That's what religion does. And organised religion. Look, you believe what you want. I don't care. It's your fucking shit. It's your shit show, man. It's your life. It's your show. Do what you will. Embrace Jesus, said Tony. Okay, I will if I can fucking find him. Spanish, it's the same phenomenon as when a fully charged AA battery will bounce less than an empty one. Yeah, right. Okay, I've not heard of that actually. It's so when you die, there's a thing that says your soul comes out and your body gets lighter. That's cool. That is pretty damn cool. But I know, I remember when I were in hospital, and this was before my leg came off, and I was talking to a guy who'd had his leg off, and he said, and he was sat there, and they were a couple of them talking, and he said, he says, I can feel it. It's there. I can feel it. Don't fucking matter what you say. It's there. I can feel it. Touching this, I can touching that. And he says, they say it's your fucking nerves, because your nerves, when you have your leg amputated, all your nerves go up into your stump. So if your nerves go, he says, I know they say it's your nerves, but it feels like you whatever. And I just said to him, well, it's because your body's designed to fit your soul. So when your soul, part of your body's gone, your soul's exposed, and that's what that is. You can still feel it because it's still there. It's still part of your soul, but it's but obviously it's not physically there, but it is as part of your soul. And that made him feel better, which made me feel better, which is always good. And then I had mine off as well, and I knew what I was talking about then. Gravity is bullshit, lol. I've been thinking about that. The gravity is density thing. Has anybody got? I've got a fucking question about that. People say that gravity, the flat earthers, and I'd count myself among who's interested in flat Earth. I'm interested in it. But what they'll say is that gravity is a load of bollocks. Okay, that it's just that an object, its density, will not go through an object that's denser than it. So the air is less dense, so the object goes and hits the ground, which is more dense, so it won't go through that. Fair enough, I get that. So if there's no gravity, how come then the density, if I hold an object here like this, let's just say, let me get some of this pen. If I get this fountain pen, okay, this is a question. I want anybody, if anybody can, I know it's theory, but if I get this pen, right, and let's forget about the spaceship behind me. If I drop it, it goes down, right? because it's going through the air, it's traveling through the air. But if gravity was just density, then why? Because there's no that it's more dense than this side. It's more dense than this area. Why didn't it go that way? Why didn't it go that way? Why didn't it go that way? No, it goes down. So there is something that gets objects to fall to the ground that we're on. Now, people call that gravity. How do we do that? I know it's not it's a theory. Gravity's a theory, but you've got to think it only goes one way, doesn't it? It don't go two ways. It don't go. It's less dense than over there, but it don't fly that way when I let it go. It don't fly that way over to space shuttle window, does it? Yeah. See. So gravity has got to be something because it's only one way. If it were universal, it went every way, and that things whenever you projected and went that way. Fucking drop a feather. Where am I going to get a fucking feather from? Eh? You go outside and get one of my fucking chickens, or you go out and fucking kill a goose, gloomy goose. That's what we call Denny's dinner now. Should call him a gloomy goose. But yeah, there you go. So. How do that is gravity? That's the force. Now, obviously, everything goes down, so the density isn't an issue. The density is an issue because if there's something dense there, it won't go through. But it won't go to the side, will it? It won't go boom boom. It goes down and then it stops. It wants to stay there. So there is a force that pushes things down, but the only thing we can observe is the effect. And not the cause. The cause of it, we don't know. It will go anyway. The strong wind will blow it. But that's like wind, isn't it? It's an external force. That's a wind. It's like wind is like gravity. If you said wind, then obviously there's wind. But wind only goes to sideways, doesn't it? It doesn't really go down or up. It goes sideways. But winds will blow anything, yeah, that's fine, but it's not gravity, is it? And we've got the effect, we've got the cause of that as well. The cause is the weather and the way that the climate, the fucking what they call it, yeah, it's weird. It's the fucking weight in a non-supported air, but if there is no gravity, it stays there. If there's no gravity, that stays there, right? Because it doesn't go that way. It doesn't fly off that way. It don't fly off that way. It don't fly off that way. It flies down. Boom. So that is a force. That is the force. What that makes it. That's the cause of this falling down. Is gravity. It don't fall sideways unless I project it. And then it still goes down, and then it still ends up going down. Doesn't it? So, there you go. Gravity. Saying gravity shit is a load of shit. It don't, because it is there. Lasers turn lab mice into brutal killers. Jace, what creator would have something more dense going sideways? Everyone should be getting hit by your fountain pens. Okay. Yeah. I sort of get. I get where you're coming from. I'm not. Look. When people they talk about that, this is less dense. This is more dense than what's below it, which is why it falls through. But it doesn't go to the side, does it? It doesn't go that way. It doesn't go up. So there is a force that's pulling it down. That is gravity. That's all I'm trying to talk about it. Explain that via buoyancy. Then I don't get it. I don't get what you mean. Buoyancy. I know what buoyancy is. I know what buoyancy is. I've bought plenty of things that are buoyant in my time. I know what that is, but then again, that all that is just if you're in a. But it's weight. Of course, it's weight. But what makes it go down? You're talking about that it's the weight, but why doesn't it go sideways? Or why there is something you can't you cannot get away from the fact that it goes down. Everything goes down. Everything. Unless it's lighter. Something that's lighter than air, it goes away. Yeah, it's fine. It's great. We know that. That is beating gravity, innit? So I don't know. Someone might be able to explain it to me one day. Mass, but the does so right. So the mass only is in a very. It only applies to a very small tunnel. It's denser than air. Right, I get that. It's denser than air. So if I drop this, boom, it goes down. Why does it go down? If it's denser than air, and that's the only reason that it's moving and going down, then surely it should go sideways the same, shouldn't it? Really? Because, boom. It's proof you are wrong. Well, thank you very much. I'm wrong. I don't even know what that. Magnets push, pull, repel, attract. Right, yeah, magnet. We know what causes that, don't we? We know what causes that. That's the molecules in the magnet being all being lined up in the same direction. The molecules, fucking atoms, or whatever fucking hell they're going to call them. We are on a spinning planet J centrifugal force, but that would push you outwards, wouldn't it? Have you been on one of them things that goes round and 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 round? I'd see I could get that if we said, right, the Earth's not round, but it's like a fucking like a wheel. We need a wheel, like fuck me. We need Dave on again. It's not me. I'm trying to say to you, all you're doing is going density. Yeah, okay, fine, density. Right, great. Let's say it. It's denser. Right, it's denser. So why doesn't it go that way? Why don't it go fucking sideways? Because it's denser than that side. It's denser than what's above it, and it's denser than what's at fucking side. But it goes fucking down. So there must be a force that's making it go down. Boom. Jesus fucking Christ! I can't even ask a fucking question without having to draw fucking pictures. Gravity goes down. Thank you, Lawson143. Gravity goes down, but what is it? What is gravity? What is it caused by? What's the causation of it? I know the effect. I don't know the causation. This is why they are depopulation us. Gravity goes down, right? Well, so what's gravity then? Tell me what gravity is. I'm just wanting to know. I'm just wanting to know. I'm just trying to fucking... If you're in the southern hemisphere, it goes up. But if you're stood on the southern hemisphere, it don't go up though, does it? It goes down. And it's just... Look, I'm just asking a question. Just think about it, for fuck's sake. If there's a force, if that is only going down because of the density... Right, it's more dense than the air below it until it meets a more dense object, such as the desk. Right, I can get that. That's fine. That's what I can see. That I can see. It doesn't explain to me that it doesn't make the density doesn't make gravity. The downward motion has got to be caused by something. So what causes it? That's what I'm trying to ask. Small black hole is pulling us. The waltzer sent me sideways. The waltzer sent me sideways. The waltzer sent me sideways. Again. The waltzer sent me sideways. Apparently gravity is a result of mass stretching. See, that's just bollocks. It's mass stretching space. I mean, apparently, I understand what you're saying, Principium. That's what they'll tell you all sorts of shit. They'll tell you all sorts of shit, won't they? They'll tell you fucking... They're doing a... Oh, it just drives me mad. Magnets don't attract each other either. Okay. Nice one. They move to a null point in space. It's a lack of substance or force equal to greater to the mass of an object that results in its descent through the medium of air. Okay. But yeah, that would counter gravity. I can understand that. That's how you would counter gravity, by having a substance or a force equal or greater to the mass of an object that results in its descent. If you've got I can see that, but that doesn't tell me why the force is going downwards alone. So it has to be something to do with the Earth. But why is it only going downwards? If it was just to do with mass, it would go. It would go anyway. It wanted, wouldn't it? There is no hey up. Hey Jace, in an infinite universe, there is no up to fall down. True. Berkland current objects together, trend together, no points. What goes up must come down. Again, these are all just like things, aren't they? They're not. It's not. What's the price of butter? It's about £5 for some Lurpak, I think. £5 some Lurpak. Anyway, let's get Jimmy on to tell us about Wade versus Roe, because I've got half an hour left, and I really could fucking sit and talk for about fucking 10 hours, I think. But jump on. Anybody, if you want to jump on, you jump on. We've got last half hour. The force is strong in you, Jace Lawley. I buy Lurpak. Yeah, well, I don't buy Lurpak, but I just saw that it were £5. I put a record on. It's only 2 minutes and 3 seconds. I'm going to get myself another drink, and then I'll be back, and I might go over a bit as well, because I've fucking pissed you off by not being on and stuff. Let me put the fucking light on here. Let's get some fucking noise going on here. There we go. That's better. Well, it's not really. But anyway, we'll play a record. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Boys, I can see you there, Jimmy and Jimmy's twin brother. I can see you there. So I'm just going to play this record, and I'll be back, and I'll get you on. All right, lads. So I'm just going to play a record. So I'll put my logo up, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Let's get stoned. Let's get stoned again.
Let's get stoned again. Let's get stoned again. And if you don't have no money, you don't have to worry, 'cause I got plenty of weed, man. You can come and get stoned with me. Every fucking day and every fucking night, I think about the world and how it's turned so shy.
Right, Leeds United.
And I need some friends to moan with, so I can share my blues. Jason, Andy, Webby, and Aid on Raconteurs News. Let's get stoned again. Let's get stoned again. And if you don't have no money, you don't have to worry, 'cause I got plenty of weed, man. You can come and get stoned with me. Come on. Let's get stoned again. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Let's get stoned again. Yeah, let's get really hammered. And if you don't have no money, you don't have to worry, 'cause I got plenty of weed, man. You can come and get stoned with me. You can come and get stoned with me. Nice, man. You can come and get stoned with me.
Every fucking day and every fucking night. Good evening, back I'm again, and I've got Jimmy Hagan here with me, and Jimmy's twin brother as well.
Yes.
Evening, Jimmy.
Nanu.
You've come really slow. You've gone really slow. I don't know what it is. You've gone really slow. Oh, there you go. You went really slow. You put it in slow motion then.
No, I didn't do anything special now for this evening. Like Jimmy's twin brother. Holy fuck! I don't see anywhere in the American Constitution where I agreed to adopting you. I've been very forgiving of you for a lot of reasons, you know, and which I'm not going to go into, like, but I didn't agree to adopt you.
Hey, you wouldn't be adopting me. Your parents would be adopting me because I'm your brother.
No, you don't want my parents to adopt you, man, because if you grew up like I fucking did, man, you'd have the fucking shit kicked out of you, you little cunt.
Right, boys. So tell us about this guy then. Tell us about Richard Russell for us, Jimmy's twin brother. And then we'll get Jimmy to tell us about this Roe versus Wade.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. There's not really much that I can tell you that you didn't that you didn't already mention earlier. The thing is, I didn't personally see the plane itself, but I know that it flew over my house. If it flew around my area, not directly over my house, but in the general area, I recognize the water from that video. It's in the Puget Sound area and near the islands that are like. Near my house because I can see the Puget Sound from my house, so right outside my window. So I recognize that area, and I just always thought it was a very interesting thing. It's just when I heard that, it's just like, oh, I practiced. I played video games and I used to practice, and I'm like, well, I guess this does give some credence to the whole Hani Hanjour story and all that as well. The the 9/11 pilots.
Yeah, Hani Hanyo were the guy that he flew into Pentagon apparently, didn't he? That's the Hani Hanyo.
Yeah, Flight 77. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well I'll tell you what. Then we'll move over to our Irish correspondent over here, Jimmy Hagan, who's you can follow him on Telegram. It's Jimmy's news feed. I think you've got the thing at the top there, so yeah, you can type that in and. In fact, yeah, it's increased a bit on it since we've had you on here.
What are you saying, Jay?
Your numbers have increased a little bit, haven't you, since you've been on here?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Picked up a load of new subscribers, and to be honest, like it didn't even start off to be a fucking project like that. Like it was only just kind of like a project to just document what was going on, really, for my own records. But anyway, if people want to follow along, it's okay.
Yeah. It's on Telegram. Jimmy's newsfeed. Yeah. Watch it. It's always good stuff on there. Go on then, Jim. Tell us about Roe versus Wade, mate.
It's a non-issue, man. It's. Do you know what? It was a great ruling. It was a fantastic ruling because it sort of like brought some sanity and sense back to the equation, you know, and like everybody. A lot of the majority of the fucking crazy people out there think that there's some sort of that the Supreme Court have just banned abortion, and they didn't do anything of the fucking sort, man. You know, the truth of the matter
is that's what happens in the mainstream media. Is the mainstream media has to be dumbed down to so that it's just a 2-point argument. So you got 1 point one side and 1 point other. That's the way it is. So that we shouldn't really be surprised by that. That's all they can. That's what they do. They're fucking pieces of shit.
Well, the crazy thing about it is, though, Jay, is that for the last 50 years, like it's been promoted that like abortion has been a constitutional right. Okay, and ever since the beginning of this Roe v. Wade fiasco, it's like it's become sort of like this sort of like fantasy in sort of like certain circles that like abortion is a constitutional right and is written into the Constitution. And the only thing that the Supreme Court ruling the other day sort of set in stone was that this is not a constitutional issue, and the Supreme Court have no business getting involved in something which is clearly something which has got to do with the people of the states, you know. So what they done was they virtually just threw it back to the states and says, look, this is not a constitutional issue. This is up for the individual states to decide, basically. So they made no ruling on there was no absolute ruling on abortion whatsoever. It was just whether the constitutionality of it, like, and if it was a constitutional matter or not. And clearly, it is not a constitutional matter.
But that did open up the
Whoa,
door
wait.
for several
Let me say
states
this.
to ban it. Just a minute, Uni. That it did open up the door though for several states to then impose bans, because I'm assuming that these states that impose bans were being forced to have abortion in their state up until that point. So it did do that. So we are talking about, it was in certain states, it did mean that abortion was now illegal.
Certain states had certain sort of like trigger. They had some trigger laws already in place on the eventuality of a ruling in the Roe v. Wade case. So, yes, certain states did certainly have sort of like, but I mean, like, what's happening is like abortion is not being outlawed, and that's the most important thing. Because a lot of these states, like abortion, is still quite legal up until
Yeah, and in many states. But I mean, if you take a state like Arkansas, I mean, don't know, fuck knows what Bill Clinton's going to do now, because he must have been using their abortion clinics with his interns and that sort of shit for fucking years. So it surprised me that a state like Arkansas did that. You know, that banned it. What? Sorry, go on. We'll get Uni. See what Uni's. You were going to say something, weren't you, Uni?
he's sulking there. So yeah, best bring him in.
Go on, come on, stop sulking, man. Were you going to say something?
Oh, I'm not really sulking. I'm just
I know
I'm
you
just
don't. Come on, you just take it piss. You've had that done before, haven't you?
Yeah.
By the way,
But basically,
can you have a fucking abortion up to 28 years?
I'm sure that's what people want from it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, all this Roe versus Wade thing, all it does is all it is basically the Supreme Court trying to say, hey, the federal government isn't supposed to have the right to decide what the individual states do within their own borders, which is how the Constitution was written originally to begin with. Power was supposed to be held by the states, not by the federal government itself. And that's of course that started to lose its meaning after the Civil War of the 19th century, and it's been progressing more and more since then, to everything being handled by the federal government. Even if it's not like written down in stone in the Constitution, it still is pressured on that way through by it onto in the legal system and the education system. So yeah, and also the blue, most of the states that have been writing these anti-abortion laws most of them are red states, like my state, for example, in Washington. The blue states, the Democrat states, have been mostly like their governors and such, like in California, etc., have been basically saying, hey, if you guys want an abortion, come here or go to Canada. Justin Trudeau, that's speech by Justin Trudeau, basically saying, if a woman wants to get an abortion, she can come here and we'll give her the abortion and all that.
Fuck, he ought to have bought that cunt.
I was listening to a very, very interesting discourse the other day by a certain gentleman who I'm not going to mention his name for fear of triggering Karens or anything like that. And he was sort of like alluding to the fact that like a lot of people who are pro-abortion and all this sort of stuff are all these fucking Karens, right? These fucking crazy fucking cunts, man, who are willing to put their children on fucking hormone blockers and have their fucking penises and fannies chopped to fuck and get their breasts cut up. And he was thinking like a lot of these fucking Karens, right? They're aborting their fucking babies, and he thought this was a really fucking positive thing, because the fact is, and because of this person's sort of like belief structure, is because he was a sort of like a profound sort of like believer in reincarnation and stuff like this, and that like, and he thought that this is a good thing, because these people, these crazy fucking cunts who believe in all these crazy sort of like advanced sort of like abortion things, like where you can abort a fucking child up until fucking birth and further.
Yeah.
You know, these children will eventually end up sort of like reincarnating into families where they probably would be more accepted and more loved. And do you know what? I'm not a believer in all this fucking new age fucking shit and all that, like, but I kind of do sort of like tend towards the belief that we do reincarnate. You know, I kind of like, but I don't want to take it too fucking far because I don't fucking know. I have no direct evidence or nothing. Like, it's just a feeling I've got. You know, but he had a good fucking point, you know, and that perhaps abortion is a good fucking thing because we can get rid of this whole fucking crazy segment of our fucking society. We let them fucking breed themselves out, you know, and that seems to be where this is going, because all the fucking crazy loons have been coming up. I don't know if you've seen all the TikTok videos of all the fucking triggered people about this fucking constitutional fucking uh, constitutional arguments sort of like actually getting solved, and it's like it's nuts, and they don't understand what it fucking means, because a lot of the people who are pro-abortion really do live in what you would call blue states, and their abortion laws don't change. Nothing fucking changes. The only thing that changes really is that the red states now get to sort of enshrine what their demographic want, which is like stricter abortion laws, and that's okay. And I mean, they're not outlawing abortion. Maybe some states may end up taking that approach where you can outlaw abortion, but like at the same time, it doesn't stop anybody traveling to a blue state where abortion is sort of like, you know, it's okay, you know. And so, like, whatever happens, like, you know, everybody's covered here. But it kind of, but there was an interesting point brought up, a very, very interesting point brought up, that like, because what we found over the last several months was that like loads and loads of people were leaving blue states to head to red states, and it was suggested that like a lot of these people who have held, like, they were infiltrating these red states like for nefarious purpose. Now that this abortion law has come through, it's going to force them out, like, you know. So very, very interesting times in America, I have to say. Very, very interesting times.
Jimmy, to add on to that, a lot of the people from places like California have been going to Mexico, so that's also another option. I mean, but this is only limited to people who even have the ability to travel to begin with, which not everyone does.
Well, look, you know, I've noticed like certain companies are actually going to sort of pay the travel expenses and all expenses for people to go and get abortions, like companies like Disney and the likes. And no, 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 no. This is not funny. This is actually quite interesting. What I'm going to say here. There's no need to laugh, because it's been pointed out that it's kind of like very, very financially viable for companies to offer abortion services to its employees, because it would save them in the long run when it comes in terms of finances, and how, if they were to sort of like allow, if they were to sort of facilitate the rights of people to have like time off for pregnancies and all this sort of stuff, that it'd be more financially beneficial to the companies to sort of like, hey, we can give you an abortion if you want it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm about to mention that. It's basically like,
You know
hey,
what I'm
so
saying? You
instead
know
of
what I'm
giving you
saying?
paid time, instead of giving you paid time off and all the time you're off, you're going to have in order to, you know, to take care of your wife and take care of the child and all that. Instead, we'll just let you abort the child, and that'll say, so you'll end up spending more time with the company working.
Yeah, yeah. So you can see the logic, you know. I can see the logic, you know, and I said, yeah, I can appreciate that. You know, that's just perfect. Perfect logic there, you know. Perfect.
You've got to be
Fine.
careful when you've got like it's things like people are going from one state to another just to have an abortion, you know. So you say you've got people in blue states going to red states to have an abortion. Whatever, I don't fucking know. Like Spanish Chicken said, this fucking red and blue media is just bollocks anyway. but they're going to where they can have an abortion. Now that's easy. That's an easy thing to do, isn't it? All you've got to do is you've got one person that goes from one state into another state to have an abortion, and then you can say, well, there's a fucking load of people that there's people going to having abortions in different states, and then it makes a story out of fucking nothing. I just wanted to mention just a couple of things. First of all, a minute ago we just dipped down to like fucking one person. I don't know what happened. I don't know if everybody fucked off or came back, fucked off and came back, or what. But it just like went down. It went down. It was like it's on 40 odd here, and it just went fucking. It just went down to like one person fucking watching. I thought, what the fucking hell's that? That's fucking probably me
Really?
on this other thing here. But he's back up now. I don't know what happened here. But I also wanted to mention, while I've got it here starred, Spanish Chicken said, my brother got diagnosed with leukemia 3 weeks ago. Now we've got fucking shingles. Defo the things.
Shit.
That's terrible. Really, sorry, Spanish Chicken. We wish your brother all the best, and I hope that he gets better. Is it he or she? They, him, then, what, it, when? But anyway, it gets better anyway. It froze, did it?
That's very interesting, Jay, isn't it? Shingles. Because I don't know about you, but that's been one of the one of the things I've been watching for a resurgence of is shingles. And look, I don't want to say because I don't know the history or nothing like that. Like, but it is kind of strange that like shingles would be sort of mentioned. I'm just a conspiracy theorist here. Just
yeah, that's it. That's
shit.
all we are. This is not help. This is not medical information. This is first hand. What do you call it when it's somebody says it? What sort of evidence is it? It's not
first hand knowledge. First hand knowledge.
Well, no, it's called some evidence. It's called like fucking some. I don't know. There's a word for it. I've had a joint, so I'm gonna fucking not remember that fucking word, am I? Ever again? I don't think.
But
as a northerner, we have more in common with the Scots and London. Just my opinion. Yeah, we have. You're right. We have fucking northerners are better than southerners anyway. Go on, Jimmy. What were you saying?
Yeah, I'm just getting reports lately that about
I love all southerners, by the way.
Basically, births. The average of births seems to be declining in Holland, Germany, and Thailand. I think birth rate is down 20% in the last couple of years. So I don't know if that's connected to the shingles outbreak, or if we want to call it the donkey cocks. I don't know what you want to call it, but there seems to be a convergence of things that we have been kind of expecting to see. So I don't know if that's significant.
But you see, this is the thing. I think the monkeypox thing it's just gone, hasn't it? Really. Well, as far as I can see, anyway. But then again, I don't watch fucking news. But if they're still talking about, if they're talking about monkey,
you're absolutely right.
Sorry,
you're absolutely right. They have not been talking about the monkeypox thing for a while.
It's just disappeared, hasn't it? It's just fucking gone.
Yep.
I mean, it's like it's almost as if they just put it there. You know what I mean? They were like goading us. And they're just sticking it there and just making it go to the back of people's minds. In fact, that's probably what it were. It'll probably come up again in about 2 years. And because it's in the back of everyone's mind, you'll think, oh, fucking hell, I remember that. That were about before. That's a real thing. Fucking hell, stick me full of poison, please. Yes, fucking prima facie, yeah. No, I'm talking. Oh God, what is it? Fucking hell! It's not documented evidence. It's something else. What's the fucking word? Someone might have put it actually. Observable? No, not observable. Not observable. When it's come from someone else, it's not actual evidence, but it's some evidence. It's fucking hell. I'll think of it. I probably won't, but we have got. We've only got 6 minutes left, so shall we go over a bit? What do you reckon? Shall we go over it? I'm not going to be on Friday, I don't think.
Absolutely, let's go over, man. Because there's loads of shit going on, man, and and it's just coming to the fucking surface at the moment. Yeah, so yeah, I'm happy to stay, man. Happy to stay.
Let's go
I'm
over
sure
the
you have got
hills
much better to do,
far
have you,
away.
Yoni? Transmedia says hearsay. No, it's not that. It's called something evident. It's oh fucking hell! No, it's when somebody documents something, but when they when you repeat it, what you've heard somebody else has said. Don't worry about it, Taz. You're all right. Nobody's in bother. We're stopping over as well, by the way. We're going to stop over, so we are going to stop over by about well, whatever we fucking want to, can't we? Can do that. So, anybody want to come on or all like that, I'll put the number in a bit, and we'll stop on air, and because I'm not doing Friday, so I'm sorry about that. I'm going away. So if anybody's in Inglemells over at weekend, or in Skeggy, that area, anywhere around here, then just send me an email, and we could meet up and have a beer or something like that. Polio
Listen.
is coming back. Found iron in the sewer. Polio, fucking hell. I mean. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Do you know my mother had polio when she was a kid?
Did she?
Yeah.
What happened to her?
She ended up with a paralysed face.
Oh, poor dear.
Fun fact about polio: it was actually pretty much gone completely, but until the vaccines started rolling out in the 50s and 60s, and then it just started spiking up again all of a sudden.
Well, it is interesting this particular polio case that's happening in England at the moment. I think I actually had it highlighted. Yeah, here we go. Headline: Polio outbreak detected in UK sewage samples despite virus being officially eradicated in 2003. So, polio, which was officially eradicated, the UK Health Security Agency, working with Medicines and Health Products Regulatory Agency, the MHRA, has found that polio in sewage samples collected from the London Bacton Sewage Treatment Works, which serves around 4 million people in northwest East London. So, while it is normal for the virus to be picked up in isolated cases and not detected again, experts have raised the alarm after several genetically linked samples were found between February and May. Now, this is actually a really, really fucking crazy case, Jason, because from examining these fucking samples in the sewer systems, they were able to isolate it to such an extent that they were able to narrow it down to, oh, it came from one particular family, and now it is spreading. No, so they were, from what they were saying, like if hold on, let's see if I can find. Experts are looking at the possibility that just one family or extended family may be affected, although it is unclear how many people need to be infected for polio to be detected in sewage samples. So come here. My question is, how the fuck are they able to derive from a couple of sewer samples that one family is the fucking source? And I mean, this sounds fucking ludicrous in my line of thinking. I don't know about you, Jay. Over to you.
Well, sorry, I've been looking at the evidence thing, documentary evidence. I think that's the one I would. I think that's what I was talking about, documentary evidence. But anyway, that was. I still don't. That doesn't sound right to me. So there's another one. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know what I'd be more pissed off about, that I caught something that I was vaccinated against, or I caught something that had already been eradicated. I mean, it don't really put much, you know what I mean? Don't put much faith. If you look at it like that, and then you've still got faith in fucking health service. Are you having a fucking Tim Bath?
It's nuts, man. How the fuck are they able to sort of attribute something that they found in sewer samples to one family? And I mean, come here. Maybe I'm fucking mad and just a fucking conspiracy fucking theorist, but like, the fact that you sort of like found something in a sewer fucking sample and you're able to attribute to one fucking family, that's Nothing.
Shut up. I mean, that's fucking stupid, isn't it? Come on. I mean, that is just
stupid.
stupid.
Absolutely
It's the most
stupid. Yeah.
stupid thing ever. I mean, fuck's sake, how many people have you ever that have been caught for a murder because someone got DNA off the shit? No, you know, nobody ever. They never said, "Oh, by the way, we got DNA off his shit. He had a shit outside at body, and so we got DNA off it, and it fucking turned out DNA." Nobody ever. So how are you going to know who shit it is? Because that's what we're talking about, isn't it? If it's in sewers, it's shit.
I know, it's nuts, man. It's absolutely fucking loco. It's fucking loco. You got to be fucking brain dead to believe this shit, you know? And this is what's coming out over the... And I'll tell you where that fucking article came from. That just give me a moment. That article was put out on gbnews.uk, right? And I follow GB News from time to time because, you know, they're not that fucking bad, but
they're fucking wank. They're all wank.
Cunts, you know?
Look, they're not going to tell you. They're going to tell you what they need you to hear, what they know you want to hear because you've come to GB News. The one that makes me laugh, and I can't help but laugh at him. And fucking God bless him, and I hope he does great because he's living dream really. It's fucking Alex Belfield. I mean, he's like he's like fucking Kenneth Williams. So if you imagine Kenneth Williams turned truther, it's a little bit like that. It's like Carry On fucking truthing. You know, talking, I'm here, and he's doing these fucking shows in Blackpool and stuff like that, and there's people fucking turning up in droves to see him, and you can see it's all the people that think that are so scared by what is going on now, right? They are so fucking scared that they're far too scared to go and jump and watch somebody like this or like somebody else who talks and tells you, you know, what reality is. This is fucking reality. So they're all sat there and they're getting this, you know, they're getting their dose of truth. He's right, but, you know, he's there and he's all camp and everything, and talking and fucking this and go gay. Come in my balls and my doggies. He does these fucking videos at home in his garden, which he openly admits fucking YouTube's paid for his fucking house. He's there in his garden with his fucking little fanny licker. You know, he's got this little fucking fanny licker that he fucking takes about with him. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Little fucking chihuahua dog type thing. He's got one of them fuckers. And you know what I mean? It's like, it's Carry On truthing. It's Carry On Alex Jones, essentially. That's all he is. And he's dragged a load of people in. And these people, when they realise, right, when they get past the shit that he's fucking spouting and the nonsense that he's spouting that means fuck all, and when they see the fucking actual reality, they're going to fucking explode. These people are going to fucking explode. And so the brains are going to be smashed to bits because they've been buttered up by this fucking idiot. And, you know, who's doing his fucking pantomime shit, Dame. That's all it is. That's all it is. You can see exactly. If someone wants to know, if someone fucking really wants to know, they'll fucking ask you and they'll want to know and they'll listen to something that I'm not on any side or anything. I see things as they are and I describe them as they are, right? All he's doing, right, is he's getting people and he's a safe haven for people that know that something's up, and then they find themselves surrounded by other people that like them and they know that something's up, but they won't go that extra bit further and to find out because they don't want to. They're fucking scared. And who wants to? Who wants to go in the fucking jungle where all bears are? No, you'll stop here. We Alex Belfield telling you, oh, the bear's behind me. Oh, yes, they're here talking. Yes, I was bent over one earlier on and he thought I was presenting. Oh, dear, I haven't sat down in 3 days. You know, that sort of shit. And they're all laughing their fucking heads off. Oh, he's a bit blue, isn't he? He's a bit blue. Yeah, he's a bit blue and all the fucking... They're all fucking well, and they're surrounded, and they fucking go at the end. They all fucking fuck off home, and you know they're doing the fucking shit, and it's just the fucking. I can see exactly what it is. I can see it for what it is, right? I can see it for what it is. It's got its place. It does a job, and it's fine, and I've got no against him. I'm just saying that that's what it is. It's hoovering up people that know something's wrong, but they don't want to bring themselves down to the level of somebody who could be called a conspiracy theorist. Because if they're called that, fucking hell, Brenda down at fucking Bowls is going to fucking have them over a fucking barrel. Top of their beer is probably going to have fucking lemonade in it for less fucking 6 months. So they don't want that. They just want something nice and safe, and Alex Belfield provides that. And good luck to him.
It kind of reminds me of that post that was put up on the Telegram group earlier on from what's his name, Steele, Mark Steele, and he was looking at the. I don't know, but he was looking at the fish oil, sort of like going through the polystyrene and stuff, like, you know. And I
don't even know what it were. I put that. I had to watch it, right. I saw what Robert had said about it, and I thought when I heard it with fucking him Steele, I thought fucking hell. I can't even listen to it. So what was it, Robert? What were he trying to say? Good evening, by the way, Robert. How you doing, mate?
Good evening, gentlemen, and hello, you.
Hi, Robert.
What was it all about? That fucking thing that Steele were doing, the fucking bell. And by the way, Mark Steele, you know what I see? I go on other Telegram groups and I see people fucking posting stuff of Mark Steele's, right? Mark Steele is a fucking dickhead. Mark Steele is somebody who shot a young girl in the head, who got 8 years in prison for shooting a drive-by shooting, shot a young girl in the head, and he did 8 years in prison for it. If you want to fucking watch this cunt, right? If you want to listen to that cunt, then fucking by all means go and listen to it, but don't say I didn't fucking warn you.
Yeah. I've been watching this fella. I've been watching this fella for fucking about a year or two now. I don't know anything about him. I know nothing, but I know one thing. He's got a lot invested in this 5G bullshit, right? Where 5G is going to come and fucking invade your fucking brain and turn you into a fucking zombie, you know. And this is a fucking classic fucking LARP. Classic. Absolute classic. He knows nothing about fucking 5G, man. And he does a load of experiments on fucking line, you know, and he shows you like, oh, I'm doing this fucking experiment, but there's no fucking chain of custody, there's no witnesses, there's no fucking verification of any fucking experiments done by fucking independent third fucking parties, man. And he's coming out as a fucking sort of expert in fucking modern weapons and shit.
Can
like
I
that.
just give a balance to this, Jimmy?
Well, yeah, when I'm finished, like, you know, and
okay, you can.
And I'm just like, and this case today, like with the fish oil eating through the polystyrene, like with a simple fucking search, man. You know, he was putting out this call out to the fucking world. Look what they're fucking doing, man. The fish oils, they're fucking eating through the fucking polystyrene, man, and they're gonna fucking kill us all. These fucking cunts, they don't know what to fucking do. And with a simple fucking search, man, he could have found a fucking dozen articles online referencing what he's fucking talking about, and given sort of like logical fucking reasons why such and such could be fucking happening. So I'm sorry, like, you know, I can't take him seriously. I really can't.
Yeah,
nothing against him.
That was a good bit of investigation by you, Jimmy, to pull that out and to put it on the channel. With regards to his 5G stuff, Jason, haven't you had Barry Trower on?
I've had Barry Trower on. I've had Mark Steele on this show. Mark Steele's been on this show twice.
Yeah. Well, all I'll say is that
Barry, fucking buddy.
I think Barry Trower seems to be quite an expert, and
Barry Trower, yeah.
Now
we've had him on,
yeah, and he seems to be giving some air to Mark Steele as well. So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, look. All I know, right?
You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to give some
here
balance.
In Sheffield, look. The on 5G, the radio waves are so small that they have to. This is why they're cutting trees down. They can't go through trees.
Yeah, they're millimeter waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So they're millimeter waves.
Absolutely.
So they can't go through trees.
High frequency, low power, Jay.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, what is the danger worse than what we've got now? I mean, I don't get the I don't get the difference between what we've got now, which I've lived through, up to 5G. If the radio waves are so low that if there's a fucking, they've got to have removal of trees, because if there's those in way, they do it. And I've seen a video where somebody's gone and stood behind a tree with a perfect 5G signal, and then opposite a fucking 5G transmitter, and gone and stood behind a tree and lost the 5G signal. Now, that's the problem with 5G, is because the radio waves are so small, they can be stopped by anything. But they want 5G to be able to like drive cars and stuff like that on roads, don't they? They want 5G to be able to driverless cars are going to use 5G to be navigating, and to all the cars are going to. So there can't be any interruptions, which is why all fucking trees are coming down. So, but what I'm saying is that because it's a shorter, smaller wave, is that more detrimental to humans than what we're already living with?
I mean, I think the whole 5G system is, I mean, there could be some evidence to the fact with these jabs and stuff like that, when you try and put the whole patent thing, the whole patent thing together, with the 666 Bill Gates patent, isn't it?
If you want me saying,
sorry,
I'd like to add something to this.
Jimmy, you're laughing. What?
It's like, everybody's kept in a state of fucking fear, and if it's not fucking 5G or 666 or fucking
but Jimmy, right? Is the 666 patent not true or not? Is that patent not true? That patent is a fact. It's a fact, right? It talks about crypto machines, right? It talks about turning people into crypto machines, right? We've seen evidence under a microscope, okay, of this stuff that's been put into the treble tops that people have been getting into their body. I'm trying to avoid language here, Jason. To save us, right? That they are turning, these things are actually turning into something that they've never seen before, that can transmit possibly, right? Now, it all seems very linkable to me.
I've seen no evidence of anything being transmitted.
Well, you haven't seen the Spanish guys that are doing that stuff where they've been under the microscope.
I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody.
Well, that's your position, Jimmy. That doesn't mean to say though that it's wrong, mate, and you shouldn't laugh about it, because there's a lot of people doing a lot of evidence out there, and a lot of hard evidence. You do your stuff, mate. What you do is really good. It's really accurate. You report on Ukraine stuff, but you're no expert in microscopy. But there are people out there that are experts in microscopy.
Yeah, but you're not, are you? You're not. You can't attest to the validity of the
I'm
work.
saying that there has to be some balance, Jason.
Just like
but Jason, I'm not laughing at Jimmy's opinion about Ukraine. He's laughing about.
What does it matter if someone's laughing? They're just happy. That's all. What does that matter? You can laugh at me.
No, it wasn't. He was laughing about the fact that there's no evidence to it. Well,
there isn't any evidence. There is no evidence. You can go on you can choose to believe what you want to believe. That's perfectly fine.
Absolutely. It's like, and can I just come back to this drain thing? I think this whole drain thing about finding polio down there is all about trying to link people, right, to finding out who to isolating it down to streets, to shut down streets, and then to lock down towns. I think that's where it could be going.
You may well be right. You may well be right.
I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying that's a theory.
I'd agree with you there, Robert. Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Robert, that like there may well be some sort of like intention to do this, like, but at the end of the day, I still believe it's just a method of control to keep people busy and occupied while all the other shit is playing out, because at the end of the day, I think we're all pretty fucking clear that like whatever they've done, it's not fucking good.
And you're right. Where did the fucking evidence come from? Where's this evidence coming from?
Well, evidence is sort of like evidence is kind of like very, very clear how evidence comes. So, like, I know you watched what Mike Adams was putting out there on what he found with the microscopy, and I found it compelling. Like, but I would like to see that repeated 2, 3, maybe 4 times.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I've also heard another thing about that it could be something else.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we come to evidence, I think we need to be very, very careful. And just because Mike Adams puts out fucking certain information that he's found under his microscope, I think we need to be very, very careful not to get fucking caught out in the bullshit. Because
isn't Mike Adams the same guy who claimed that China is going to attack the U.S.?
No, he didn't actually. No, Mike Adams didn't claim that. Like, that was God, what was his name? I can't think of his fucking name. Some crazy fucking cunt. Anyway, he's been going on about it for a good while now. So, I don't see that happening. But I could be wrong.
You know, James Corbett did a good interview on the 5G method, saying, and
I can't listen to him. I can't listen to James Corbett. I think he's a fucking shell. He's earning fucking $3,000 or $4,000 fucking $3,000-4,000 a week, man, from his fucking.
It's doing. Look, it's probably not a shill. He don't need to be a fucking shill, does he? I mean, he's able to do what he does. I don't fucking anybody that's like that. I can't listen to James Corbett, man. For fuck's sake. And I can't.
I can't allow any such. I can't allow that negativity.
Shall I tell you what? Last time I listened to James Corbett were about 2009, I think.
What a long time ago.
He's so fucking negative, Jay. He's so fucking negative, Jay.
I am negative because look, it's not that these people are bad people. What I'm saying is that they're doing what they're doing, and it's designed. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy that when you get to a certain point and you get a certain amount of listeners, you'll fucking do anything to hang on to them listeners because they become your income. Right? Yeah. That's you cannot then be fucking biased, because if you say something and fucking you lose half your listeners, you know, you're gonna you're not gonna say it. Whereas if I say something, I lose half my listeners. I don't care. It went down to about fucking 11 earlier on for a couple of minutes. But what I'm saying is they're a natural progression. It's not that these are bad people. It's just that is the natural progression. If that's what you decide that, right, I don't even have to fucking go to work anymore. I can just sit here. I can do these things, and I get more people interviewing, and I get all these ads and all this stuff, and I go and talk at these places, and I get plane tickets to go around. Well, that's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. That's it. There's no wrong with it, but that is what they're doing. And you've got to then remember that that's what they're doing. And they're not going to give you everything, because if they give you everything, something is going to piss somebody off. And they're not in a position where they want to piss anybody off, because every single fucking viewer, listener is, a cent or 2 cents or fucking whatever. So that's why I'm saying. I'm not saying these people are bad people and the lying and the shills and stuff. It's just that's where it goes when that is how you are pursuing what you're doing. It don't matter to me whether I lose all my fucking. I just stop. It's fucking easy. I just stop. There's no ego trip for me. I don't care. I enjoy talking to people and I enjoy this, but I'm not going fucking. I wouldn't want to do this for a fucking. I wouldn't want this to be expected of me. Which is why I don't take so much time off. I take when I feel like it. I think to myself, well, I can take time off. I can have when I don't feel very well, when I've got a cough and what have you. Which, by the way, that fucking balm is great for that salve, whatever it is that you called it. You sent me, Robert.
Good. Oh, I'm really pleased, man. Yeah, I'm really pleased.
My missus swears by it now for her chest, and so you've been on my wife's chest. Your farmers anyway.
Oh, because he's got 3 women in his life now. Holy fuck.
So, I tell you what. Why don't you, Robert? Why don't you give us your view on Roe versus Wade and the implications, and perhaps tell us which side you're on that particular issue, if you are on a side.
It's funny actually, because I used to be really again, this whole you know, it's a woman's choice and stuff like that. But I mean, I said in the chat, Jason, that, you know, the problem is that babies don't get a choice, do they? You know, to life. You know, that's the problem that I find. So I'm probably anti-abortion now, whereas I used to be like pro-choice.
Wow.
And I don't want to sit on the fence because I'm getting too old to fucking do that, and I don't like, you know, sitting on fences anymore. I'd rather come down on one side. So, but I'm probably pro-life more than pro-choice now. You know, because babies, you know, again, I think who pointed out they can abort a baby after a week or something, can't they? After it's been born.
Yeah,
isn't that right?
Yeah, you got the morning after.
In New York, weren't
It
it?
seems demonic. That seems demonic to me.
Well, it's more than demonic, and it's murder. Right? Look, I've told you I'm anti-abortion as well, right? In my own, you know, in my own personal views, but I can see both sides of the story, and I can see why it's going to get nowhere, because it ain't ever going to get anywhere, is it? It just ain't ever going to get anywhere. It's just going to always be the same. There's never going to be nobody's going to gain any ground. Nobody's going to compromise. It's just another divide that they've just introduced. Oh my God. What good timing this Roe versus Wade thing is. You know, it's how divisive it is. And you're saying, I know what you're saying, Jimmy, about it. People are saying it, thinking that it's a one thing or another. So it's banned abortion is essentially what the words that fucking people here that aren't, you know, that aren't involved, but abortion's been banned or whatever. That's all they hear, and it don't really matter what truth is. It just matters what people hear and what people then form their opinions upon. Whereas if you actually look at it, you can see that there are both sides, and I'm sure you two can see that. And I've got to commend you, Robert, for changing your mind, because that's not an easy thing to do. As humans, we're usually fucking married to his opinions on things. So all the best, you know, all fucking gratis to you for changing your mind, and not for whatever way you went, that you went my side, but just for being able to do that, being able to think and to do that. We've not got that anymore. We've got fucking one side or other.
It's a very divide and conquer subject right now, isn't it? You know, they really are dividing people. You know,
yeah,
it's
divisive.
It is very divisive, and you know, it's a great distraction to you know, to everything else that's going on. I mean, the fact is that they want to, they're trying to depopulate us. I think we'd all agree on that anyway. So, yeah.
But
abortion is another depopulation program.
In a sense, Robert, though, and just to get onto this depopulation thing, like, this has been on my mind for a long fucking time now, with the way the Western mentality has sort of like degenerated into this sort of like goblin type mentality, and it's kind of like so fucked up. Like, is depopulation probably not a better option, because we have way too many fucking crazy people on the fucking planet, and they're not making any fucking sense, and they're just so fucking prone to suggestion and so prone to propaganda. Are we not better to get rid of them?
Well, yeah, you would think that, but then that don't make you though, does it? I mean, what makes
us... Are you going to volunteer
if...
your brother then, Jimmy, or your sister, because you think they're a bit thick, you know, or you... Do you know what I mean?
Well, you don't even have to put it that way, do you? I mean, that's just like, again, that's it's just a way. If you just, you can think like that, but that don't make you what you are, does it? That's alien to what you're thinking. I mean, your thinking is that everybody should be fucking equal and everybody should be the same. So it like, you can't fucking, well, you can't really make a comparison, really, can you? It's just
Sorry,
fucking...
You're saying that I should say that everyone should be equal and the same?
No, Jimmy would say. Jimmy said,
right.
fuck them, didn't he? He said, fuck them, right? So what I'm saying is, yeah, but...
Like, hurry up with the eugenics program is what
really what you as a human being think. You as a human being, you don't think fuck them, let them all die, do you? You as the human being that sat there. Nobody does, do they? So if I mean that way of thinking, it just don't make you human.
No, exactly. I think that if you're born and you're raised, without intellect and without guidance and proper upbringing, parental upbringing, is that your fault that you're not maybe as smart as other people? I mean, that's what these parasites that try to run the world think of us. We're the serf. They think that everyone's just lesser and more disposable than them, don't they?
Yep, and that's the problem. You see, where we can't solve problem by having the same fucking problem.
No, exactly.
Let's get fucking rid of them because that's what they want. We know that's what they want. I know you don't mean that, Jimmy. I know you don't.
No, I mean, everyone's...
when you look at the individuals that are sort of like putting out those TikToks, I'm not on TikTok. I don't follow it, but I unfortunately I get to fucking see what they're putting out through other channels, like, and you see these mentally, they're sort of like in a demonic state of possession, like, where, like, where they're losing their marbles on camera over a decision by the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court doesn't, like, I mean, most of these people live in what will be called blue states, and the Supreme Court decision doesn't affect them because, like, the states will still decide what their abortion laws are going to be. But you look at the way they're reacting, it's like they're almost demonic. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with all these people, man? There's something clearly fucking wrong with them because they're losing their fucking marbles, and to the extent that they're going to turn their own country upside fucking down over an issue which is a non-issue. That's the way I see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. Maybe I'm reading shit fucking completely wrong.
I remember, I can't remember the name of the Russian guy who said how to destroy a country, and it's about I can't even remember the guy who it was, and he, because he was interviewed by Edward G. Griffin, and he said, you've got to take over the media, you've got to brainwash them, and you've got to brainwash the society and get them to love their servitude and stuff like that, and that's where I think we've gone. Basically, we've gone down that road where, they've deliberate. And so therefore you think, well, who is in control? Who is allowing that? You go to the Chinese Communist bloody party, or China, and they're bringing up people completely. I don't agree with it, but they bring up so much that it's all very, very strict, isn't it? You don't get stupid people over there. They all seem pretty intelligent to me. But they're bringing them up without influencing with TikTok and with sex. They don't influence them with sex. They don't influence them with drugs. With music that's maybe a bit more demonic, and things like that. I don't agree with it, but that's what we're allowed to do in these free countries, isn't it? We're allowed to listen to all of that. We're allowed to have opinions, and therefore, what's going to come with that is people gaining their own opinions and maybe getting it wrong and winding other people up, which then creates this whole divide and conquer. I'm a bit more intelligent than you, and I think therefore you shouldn't be around, or you shouldn't have that opinion, or whatever. And this is where we are. I can't remember, Jimmy, the name of the guy who it was. Edward G. Griffin. He was some Russian guy, wasn't he?
Yuri Bezmenov.
That's the one. That's the one.
That's the one. Is right, because I was trying to.
Yuri's woken up.
Well done, Uni, man. You have your uses. Fucking hell. Well done.
How to destroy a nation, right, Uni? Talk about it. Come on.
Yeah, he's talking about how it only takes 3 generations destroy a nation, although honestly, if you ask me, it really only takes 1. So he might have been a bit too optimistic on that. But regardless, he was basically saying how what you need to do in order to change things around, you can't convince people no matter how much evidence you throw them, even if you physically shove it in their face, it doesn't matter. What you have to do is you have to start teaching you have to start bringing up the next generation knowledgeable on these things.
Correct.
You know, because the KGB did this back in the communists did this back in Russia. That's how they got the communists to love their servitude and love Stalin. You know, I mean, there are still people to this day in Russia that still look up to Stalin.
I tell you what, Jimmy's twin brother, fucking, you know how you said at the beginning of that, it takes 3 generations to fucking build a nation or whatever it were, destroy a nation, and you said, well, it only takes 1. Yeah, your fucking generation. Your fucking generation is the one that's fucking destroying us. So sort the cunts out. Fucking hell, you can't our generation start fucking bragging off about how your generation's taking our fucking generation and every cunt else with them.
I think Blue Sky said that like maybe we need more empathy in the world. I think that's what's lacking in the world at the moment is empathy.
There isn't any, is there? There's none.
No, there isn't. There isn't.
There's
any
none
empathy.
whatsoever. It's but the thing is that one-on-one there's a fucking load. You know what I mean? I know because I fucking fell over before, and I know that like I've had 5 or 6 people fucking round me straight away wanting to help me pick me up. You know what I mean? When I fell over on my leg.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So one-on-one, it is there. It's just that we're told collectively because of all the fucking propaganda we get, and all the television programs that condition us. They tell us that to be suspicious of people. You know, people. What are they going to do? They're going to fucking do something behind your back. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to do other. That's what you're taught. That's what's going to happen. But real one-on-one, when it comes down to it. Yeah, I remember I fell down a fucking cliff in my I fell down I don't know how long ago. Fucking hell. It's quite a while ago, but I was in Sheffield on my mobility scooter. So it were after I'd had my leg amputated. And I'd gone taking dog for a walk, and I'd gone round this park in Sheffield. Now this park has got this woodland path. And I were on my scooter. And this wooden path's got a fucking drop of about 200 foot to one side, which is a fairly hefty fucking drop. And I mean, like, it's full of trees. It's a wooded area, but it's a fairly, I'd say about 200 foot at bottom. And I'm going along on my scooter, and this woman was walking towards me, and this was the weirdest thing. She got these 2 fucking little white dogs, one on each side. And she just stopped. She were an older woman than me, so she was about her 60s. And she just stopped at this point where there's a tree at one side of her. She's on the path with the little dogs. And then at the side of her, there's a little bit of room, but there's a drop right next to it. Right? And she just stops there. So I go up and I try to go around her, and I fucking roll me scooter. So I'm fucking thrown out of my scooter. Luckily, I've not got my seatbelt on because my scooter went about 30 foot fucking further down. But I was fucking, I was down. I was fucking down, and I was gone. Anyway, I was dog were fucking walking around, mate. Woman, I looked up, and woman was stood at fucking. I must have been 50 foot down, right? I'd stopped at this point, and if I'd have not stopped at that point, there were another fucking drop just about a foot in front of me, and I'd have just gone all the way down. So I fucking stopped, and my scooter had gone. It had fucking gone right down, and I'm on fucking thing. So I'm people. There's people walking past. No, can't fucking see me. So anyway, I shout. So I looked up. When I looked up at her, she was just stood and looked at me, and then she went way back where she came. She went back the way she fucking came. And so I'm fucking down this thing, and there's people walking past. Anyway, I shout, and somebody comes down and help me, and that was it. There were fucking tons of people came to help me. There were one kid who was sat in, who just came down, and he were only about 19 or something like that. But he came and sat with me the whole time because I couldn't get up. I've only got one leg. My fucking scooter's down there, and and I'm fucking gone. And I've only got one leg. And this kid came down and sat. And I tried to find out who we were afterwards, but we found out who we were. I didn't find out who we were, but somebody I know found out who we were, and he just said that he didn't want to be. He didn't want to. No, he didn't want to be. Didn't want to be named because he fucked off after when they came and coppers came and fucking ambulance and that came pick me up, and our last came. They fucking not ambulance, coppers came. He fucked off, and I think he were a dealer in there. So I think that's what we were doing in Park. I think he were dealing, but he'd seen me and he'd come and sat with me all the time. He was fucking brilliant.
He wasn't that good. He would have rolled you a doobie, Jason. Otherwise,
yeah, that's what you generally do when you see a find a fucking one-legged man halfway down a fucking cliff.
So you weren't a write-off. What about your scooter? Was that a write-off?
Wait, weren't written off. It had rolled down. And anyway, someone went and got some ropes, and a load of blokes all fucking pulled it up like on a
wow,
like on a thing. And then when coppers came, they were trying to get something around me. But in end, what I did is I just had someone help me. Someone were pulling behind me, under my arms, and I were like pushing me son uphill when we got to the top. Yeah. But we were fucking. I'd forgot about that. I'd fucking totally forgot about that, and just until now.
Sorry to remind you.
That's how people one-on-one, just top people.
I think when it comes down to when like if the lights ever go out and we're all stuck in our towns and stuff like that, I think we might actually do better than what we realise. I really do. I think that people can really come together and help each other.
Yeah, people can. People have got to, because if we don't,
I think that empathy would be there then, Jason. I think, and what happened to you was a good example of it. But the media would have it that no one wants to help each other.
Oh no, I know the media, but fuck the media. We need to get people off of media. If you think about it, the media are the worst out of the lot of them. Right, all the other people, none of the other shit that goes on above it can work without the media. The media are the real villains.
Yeah.
And it's all of them. It's all of them.
Yeah.
Because they get that greed in their eyes. Like, even Alternative, they get that greed in their eyes where they think, right, well, I'm not going to gear up, because I don't want to lose this sponsor or that sponsor or fucking whatever. I've got my mortgage to pay. I've got me. Yeah, fine, you've got a fucking mortgage to pay. Pay it with something else. But don't pay it by you fucking geeing away your dignity.
Jimmy, did you have to put her up there, Pelosi? Did you have to put Pelosi up there?
Isn't she fucking brown bread?
That's the Pfizer smile of the week. I usually do a meme of the week, but that's actually the Pelosi smile of the week. Yeah, the Pfizer smile of the week. It's kind of, look at the state of that. Holy fuck! I mean,
she looks like Justin Bieber's mother.
I don't know what the fuck that is, man. It's obviously a troll. It's disgusting looking,
Oh, Justin Bieber's finding it easier to do his one-eye trick now, isn't
he? Yeah. Look at
the old gang haven't looked after him this time, did they? They steered him wrong and there. You know why, don't you, Jimmy? Because he can be a fucking just some 3D image on stage, can't he, in the future?
Yeah, well, he'll be all right. He'll be sort of one way or the fucking other, unless he gets a heart attack in the mean fucking time. So, look, I think these people are starting to fucking realize that they've been led down a garden path, and do you know what? I think we're going to start. I think as the winter comes in, I think we're going to get a real scamdemic.
Have we got a spammer in? What's this? Naked HD? What?
That shit is so fun. I've been seeing that shit around
Look, your channel is not worth the fuck unless you got a couple of spammers or two, so you got to have a few.
Well done, Jason. There you go. You got some spamming going on.
Oh, marvellous. That's just what we fucking want, isn't it? Some spamming.
Hey, spam. I like a spam fritter.
Come here, guys. Did you guys pick up on the tsunami or whatever the fuck happened? I had this fucking article pulled up like for about 2 weeks ago, Jay, or maybe a week and a half ago. I don't know when you went off fucking line about the tsunami like surge which happened off the coast of Cork. Did you pick up on any of that?
I didn't hear about that.
Did you not?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Holy shit! Well, come here. I'll read a little bit from what I've got here, right? And it was nuts. And hold on a second. I might be able to provide some video footage of it. Like, although it's not the best video footage, right? But look, I'll see if I'm not good at this fucking shit. So basically, are you getting audio there?
Yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay. So basically, what happened is like mystery sounds a strange tidal incident in West Cork on Saturday that saw at least 2 harbours almost drained and refilled in quick succession. Many in Union Hall said they never seen anything like it, as the video shows tidal rush out, leaving vessel in the mud before surging back in again very, very quickly. The surges went on for at least an hour and a half, and there's a number of unconfirmed theories as to what may have caused it. Some have speculated there may have been a distant offshore earthquake or submarine landslide leading to small tsunami. There was a small magnitude 2.7 reported off Portugal at San George Island at 7:32 a.m. on Sunday morning. Now, this video that I'm showing here now it's not really the best videos. It doesn't show the full impact of what was going on, but like this was reported around multiple coasts around Ireland, like especially around Cork. And I think it was also reported around coasts in Wales and also in some of the English coasts as well, to what I understand. So this is like, I've seen these videos before. They're absolutely nuts, where the water just decides to leave in one foul swoop out of a bay.
Jimmy, did someone pull the cork out?
I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened.
That's a joke.
It's very, very odd. Very, very odd.
Someone's saying grand solar minimum. Spanish is saying grand solar minimum.
Hold on a second now. I'm gonna kill that now. I'm gonna kill that now. This probably went under the radar of a lot of people over the last couple. I wanted to report on this last fucking week, man. It was like amazing, like because I'd seen this before. I'd actually seen it before. Water just draining out of a fucking bay. And
I've seen that before in other countries, but I've never seen it around our island.
Yeah. Well, apparently it was reported around Wales and parts of England. They mentioned
Spanish still being cheeky.
It's gravity. So I don't know what the fuck it is, man. But I thought it was very, very interesting. That was like 2 weeks ago. Well, maybe a week and a half ago. Here on our coasts, man. Oh, wow. Fucking hell. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
We've got some water tonight.
Yeah. It's nothing to do with any virus, you see, so they're not reporting it.
No. Basically, Jay, what happened was, and if I go back into my show notes from about a fucking week ago, it was like this went on for a couple of hours, right? Where the water was being sucked out, and then it came flooding back into the base, and then it would get sucked out again. This was several hours. This was going on for, And I didn't get any reports from. I didn't look into it any further than the Irish reports, but apparently it was going on English coasts and Welsh coasts as well. So interesting, very, very interesting. What the fuck is
isn't it?
causing that? Yeah.
Happens all the time in bays in Donegal and in Japan.
In Japan.
Only 2 places with
Scappoles.
Scappoles. What's scappoles?
Scappoles, they're them poles, outside somewhere, so you can stand outside and build it.
Okay.
Scaffold poles.
Oh, scaffolds.
I don't know. I ain't got a clue what scaffolds are. It's
I've got
fucking
some scaffolding. I've got some scaffolding up outside my house at the moment. If you look really carefully in the window, you can probably see it. They've just fixed my roof. It's only taken them nearly 5 months.
Well,
Come here, Jay. Were you getting the audio on that okay, were you?
Yeah, we're fine, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I can confirm that writing to your MP actually does help, because my housing association were doing fuck all until I wrote to my MP, and then suddenly they moved their asses. So it does.
We've got fucking half a scargill on, ladies and gentlemen.
I was listening to, we talk sometimes, like the conversation comes up a lot, from time to time on this channel about natural law, right? I came across a really, really fucking interesting video from Joe Biden back a number of fucking years ago when Clarence Thomas was inaugurated onto the Supreme Court. Would you be interested in hearing what he was talking about regarding natural law?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Would you be interested? Yeah. Okay.
I think Chris would be, wouldn't he?
Chris what?
Chris Partridge, wouldn't he? He's into his law, isn't he?
I don't know. Listen, I'm going to wrap it up anyway because I want to fucking take my thing down.
Okay. Jay.
What is it? How long is it?
A couple of minutes.
All right, well, just play it then. Play it on. Let's have it on. Go on.
I mean, I found this really fucking fascinating because, like, Joe Biden, obviously there's something wrong with Joe Biden. When you look at the way he's sort of like portrayed, like in the modern media, and looking back,
it's the same fella. I'm not sure it's the same fella, Jimmy.
Me neither. And
I've seen early photos of and video of Biden, and it just doesn't look like the same fella.
Yeah. I hear you, bro. Well, look. I'm just going to put this on, and it's very, very interesting. It's only a couple of minutes long, and
I saw Joe Biden in Parks and Rec. And he didn't look like that.
Look at him, look. It just doesn't look like the same man.
I want to put to rest one notion here, if I may. Hopefully attempt to put it. One, do not count me as one of your detractors because I ask you tough questions. Number two, the issue of natural law may confound the people. Use Senator Simpson's phrase. But not a single legal scholar in America. And I hope you meet that test or you shouldn't be on the Supreme Court. You must have a knowledge and insight to the Constitution that is better than the average lawyer. And I'm sure you do. That's why I'm sure you understand what I'm about to say. Not a single legal scholar in America fails to understand the significance of whether and if how one applies natural law. Judge Bork devoted a chapter in his book about how those people who want to apply natural law are bad. Not bad in a moral sense, are wrong. There's an entire school of thought that you are fully familiar with. I'm not failing to accept your answers yesterday. I just want to make sure we all know what we're talking about here. You and I know, at least. There's not a single legal scholar who does not understand that there's a fervent, right, and aggressive school of thought that wishes to see natural law further inform the Constitution than it does now. Argued against by the positivists led by Judge Bork. Now again, that may be lost on all the people. You know and I know what we're talking about. Now, all I'm out to do in my second round, and others are, is to find out whether you, in fact, do apply natural law, and if you do, how. You answered that partially yesterday. I'm somewhat confused. I'll come back to it. But let the record know, for all the press to know, whether someone applies natural law is of phenomenal significance. And there's not a single legal scholar in America you can question who will not tell you that is not true. Now, you may apply it, someone may apply it in a way, like Moore, who leads him in a direction that is, quote, liberal. You may apply it in a way that leads you in a direction that's conservative. Or you may, like many argue, not apply it at all. But it is a fundamental question that is going to be almost impossible for non-lawyers to grasp in an exchange. You know and I know. It is a big, big deal. And in conclusion, the only reason most of us I asked you about natural law, is that is how you gained your reputation, rightly or wrongly. When you are spoken about by other lawyers, when you are spoken about in the press, I didn't invent it. You are spoken about in terms of your speeches on natural law. Now, I accept for the moment that everybody misunderstood you. Well, not everybody. Let me be precise. That they were just philosophic musings. I accept that for the moment. But I don't want any senator to think that, quote, your detractors are out there searching for a theory that doesn't have significance. I, like Senator Simpson, didn't do well in law school. Probably worse than Senator. No, I did very poorly in law school. I did very poorly in law school. But I spent an awful lot of time since law school dealing with this subject. And I know it. You know and I know. What a judge's view on this issue is of phenomenal consequence for the future of this country. And again, your view is, stated view, and I'm needed explored further, is, Senator, whenever I speak of natural law, there are philosophic musings. They in no way impact upon my view in the court. Fine. That answers the question. That answers the question. Please let no one misunderstand. This question informs every other application of the law in the Constitution. It's that basic. It's that simple. I accept your assertion. If it doesn't for you, I accept that. I want to go back and discuss it more. This is less for you than it is for Senator Simpson.
Jim.
Let me point out.
Yeah. Sorry, Jay.
Pause it, mate. Just
yeah.
Something interesting that I've noticed. Have you seen date?
91.
91. Yeah.
9/11/91. That's the same day as the New World Order Bush speech.
Wow.
Good spot,
wow.
Jay.
Well done, Jay, man. Well spotted. Fucking hell. Well,
it is 91. 9/11/91.
You can switch off there, Jay, because you know what I think. I think.
I think we got what you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not what I'm saying, but like this.
No, what you were saying.
That was the old Joe Biden, man. Fucking hell, man. And I was blown for six when I came across that the other fucking night. It says, holy fuck, where the fuck did that man go?
But I did notice a couple of things, a little mannerisms, and that I think that I recognise. So, look, people change over the years. I fucking got for, and I know that. I didn't even hear what he fucking said because as soon as I saw that 9/11 91, I was thinking to myself, that's fucking day that Bush did that New World Order speech. Same day.
I'll post it into the Telegram group later on, just so
for
you
Denny.
can like
Post it
listen
into the
to it.
Telegram chat just for Denny because he loves Telegram.
He does.
Yeah.
Right, listen, I'm going to go. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to stay. If anybody wants to come on, here's the link. But I'm as far as the stream goes, I'm going to stop it now. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If you want to come on, you're more than welcome. Thanks to everyone who's been listening. Thanks to everyone who's not been in the chat room. All the people that listen outside the chat room. Thanks to everyone who's listening afterwards as well. Fuck Tinder, we are cheaper and fast as well. I won't be here on Friday, but I'll tell you what I might do. I might do a Sunday nighter. So have a look around for Sunday night. I might do a Sunday nighter. And
where are you going, Jason? Where are you going?
I'm just going to coast. I'm just going to we're going a weekend away at Inglemells. So anybody's there, Skeggy, Inglemells, Chapel, wherever. Just if you want to meet up for a beer or something, just drop me an email. Cheers to Jimmy and to Robert and to Jimmy's twin brother down there.
Cheers,
all over themselves. We'll keep on talking afterwards. You're not missing much. Don't worry about it. But I need to sit down and be able to walk, or fuck off and leave them to it. In other words, so cheers, everybody. I'll see you perhaps on Sunday. But I'll let you know for definite. But back next Tuesday, definitely. So take it easy. Thanks, everyone. Ta-ra a bit.
No.